unless you like, it's like, I'll do it from memory. I got it. Doing it live. Well, actually, we are doing it live, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Oh, where are you, Blue Sky? There you are. Boop.
I think it's been a while since I've had a character sheet memorized.
Been a while. Sorry, I just realized that may be a reference that's too old for some of you.
I didn't even know that was reference. I thought you were just saying the phrase "it's been a while."
It's fine. You don't have to look it up. It's not that good.
Is this a song?
Yes, it is. Nickelback.
Oh, everyone's favorite band.
I don't hate them, but I love that how much they get memed on. I'm like, yeah, well.
I mean, yeah, they were like the last rock band as a concept to be mainstreamly popular, so they're important even if they're not beloved.
All right. And hello everyone, I'm AD Springer, also known as Corbinian. This is the Electric Metropolis video game tour, and today we're doing another episode of Star Trek Survey Expedition Delta, Adventures of the USS Bonaventure in the Dawnland Fringe. And we are in a one-threat game. Captain, do you have any log you wish to proffer?
Sure. Captain's log, stardate 1275 5.2. We have just arrived back at Wolastoq Station. No emergency communications from Commander Alithia, which is hopefully a good sign for her ongoing mission on the world of these various folk. I have yet to get to inform the Commodore of the rather unusual nature of their existence, since even subspace communication feels too dangerous for this kind of information. Hopefully, the Commodore has enough strings to pull to get an ambassador out here in the next few years. And then the captain will in the log and encrypt the log. Because what do you mean there's a Commander Alithia and a Mission Area 1? These things do not exist. They have never existed.
Oh, right. I know what I want to use for this. I haven't used it in a while. Shout out for Tabletop Audio having all the stuff, a lot of the songs we're using, honestly. Or background, anyway, I should say. So, the ship is currently docked with the MSO Wolastoq, with various ships, both civilian and Starfleet, coming and going from the coreward, warping in and out, as that seems to be the primary trade route for anyone to benefit from, because at present Starfleet has yet to clear any planet for colonization, much to the annoyance of a lot of the colonial ships that have come in. MSO itself, though, the Wolastoq itself, is a mobile dry dock that has been retrofitted for more as part of the expedition. So it is kind of a mobile port of call for ships to come in. Some civil ships are doing some preliminary scans within the sphere of influence of the Wolastoq. At present, you are... Actually, I can show you where you are in the sector real quick. Whoop.
And you said okay, that answers my question. I was about to say, you said the first M class. To my knowledge, there was only one. I guess there are two, but the other one has a serious caveat, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's another one of those. Let's have the Bonaventure look at it first before you all get. There are some like minor planets, like D-class worlds and other like. As MSO has been doing its own little missions, it's like there's some stuff, but nothing. No colonial efforts. The real big systems are those two, and now only one of them has been basically shut down. You, as captain, have been made aware that the Haida is sweeping around looking for the enemy ships, trying to figure out if they have a base here somewhere. So their intention is to sweep around the this zone, just looking for anything in open space. And failing that, they'll probably come back after you're done with your leave. They'll probably swing back and do some leave and then go back out. But yeah, there is. So I'll go back to the sensor scope. So all of you, the ship has no breaches, so there is no major repairs that need to be done. It's more just straight up maintenance, swapping out stuff, and making some of the adjustments, because I believe you guys have adjusted the ship a little bit. So this is the time it's more formally like locked into your space frame, and the expedition head of engineering is looking over the ship and making the adjustments that, because the idea being of an expeditionary force like this is to come out and if you're like, hey, by the way, could you like adjust, could you tune our ship a little bit to do this and this? And they go, yeah, sure, just come on in. We'll tune up your ship a little bit, and we'll see before you head back out again.
I don't think we actually have.
It's mostly been
we've
traits,
done a lot of traits about, but they're all about the crew, not about the ship itself. Because I did ask to do something, but then we figured out I bought something I couldn't have bought at the time, so I took it back. And unless anyone else thinks they've upped or down something, then it's just been the crew. It's not been the ship itself.
Yeah. Oh, I suppose in that case, then it's more of a keeping you state of the art. They're reinstalling the newest, latest things. It's okay. We got a new power conduit that we're going to put into your ship. It's already vested. It's already vetted. It's already tested. You don't have to. You're not doing a prototype. You're doing something that's already cleared to be good in your ship, sort of thing.
Yeah. Anybody who shows up and starts talking about new computer systems, I'm going to start pulling out phasers. I've seen how this ends.
Commander Alithia is marked on the map in the sense that she's on the distant world mission area 01. The planet name hasn't quite been formalized yet because they haven't really learned what the name of it is for the people who live there. So for now, it's referred to as mission area 01 or M01. You have your resident civilians who are here with you, who have been impressed upon most strongly by Starfleet Command and Starfleet Security to keep what they learned to themselves until it is, unless they wish to be expelled back into Federation space. Which that's kind of the price you pay when you fly aboard a Starfleet vessel. If the Starfleet vessel classifies something, one, they may not tell you everything, and two, if you do learn anything, you get a nice long conversation with the Chief of Security to go, hey, here's the Secrecy Act, sign here, please. And if they have a problem with it, they can bring it up with the proper legal authorities. There's a process to override you, but that process is not immediate. There are some people, some civilians of various types aboard the Wolastoq, as well as various Starfleet personnel. There's a station commander, which I don't think you guys have statted out who the commander of the Wolastoq is. No, you only have Lieutenant Karom, who is I don't know what he is. He's not marked. He's a Barzan, that much I know. Beyond that, he has not been filled in.
Well, he's also engineering.
Yeah, he wears orange at least, yeah. Could be operations.
Is there more that... Oh, okay.
There's literally nothing else.
There's so many colors. I just assumed that the colors only have one thing each. But I guess engineering and operations are the exception to that rule.
Yeah. Current mission directives are pretty straightforward because there's of course the standing directives which are always in effect. Primarily, the Commodore has left you with orders to replenish supplies, make repairs. That's a pretty easy objective, obviously. Second, take time for shore leave for mental health and personal growth, because the Commodore does not want her officers getting too wound up out there. And just a standard, uphold Federation law and the finest traditions of Starfleet service, which is a behave yourself directive, really. Don't break the law, please. Don't cause trouble, please. Because if you do something, the Commodore has the answer for it back home. So it's like, please don't get in trouble, or people will yell at me, and then I will yell at you.
I see. That third mission directive obviously means that we're going to have to deal with that one Andorian guy again.
Is it I guess since we're not doing any major repairs, people are still going to be living on the ship, right? It's not like everybody's got to get off and the port crew takes over.
No. There'll be sections of the ship that are closed off when they're doing any like retrofits, but they don't have to do a lot, really. You've only been active for at most a month, so really this is more for you guys than it is for the ship. But they're doing ship stuff while it's here. It's like, well, since you're here, we might as well.
Then the captain would like to identify junior officers who have no indications in their files that they need any kind of urgent R&R. No one who's been whose department had them being overworked or something because of one of our crisis emergencies. So just kind of people who've been able to do the normal job and not been called on to do much more, but are like ensigns and lieutenant junior grades. And I want to staff out the command chair and department heads by those people. So, maybe your first time as an ensign getting to sit in the chair, there's only actually 40 people on the ship on duty, but it's enough of a low consequence, low risk time that you can do it without getting yourself into trouble.
Yeah, and with the knowledge that the actual captain of the ship is, not too far
Deca is
away.
exempted I don't even look at Deca's file. I personally know Deca's not within that subgroup of people, and Deca's already been required to take command of a different ship, so Deca's not really the kind of person I'm targeting with this.
Yep.
Control command, difficulty 2, assisted by comms or computer plus command. You can succeed at cost, because this is just a matter of picking out the right people, setting out the right assignments, because you're basically giving people their own little mission directive. Hey, watch the ship. Your directive is don't hurt anything. Make sure repairs are done. Do a good job.
There's zero threat game.
Well-drilled crew, and that I don't really have to worry about any of these people.
Yeah, diff 1, that's true. Some of these people have already done the drill of taking it in the middle of an emergency. It's like, no, this is for real, and it's not an emergency. You just have to keep the ship.
You say that we did. That was a running joke. The whole first episode was just running up to people and saying, "He's dead. What are you doing?"
Yeah. No, it's like, is this another drill? No, it's just sit in the chair, make sure the repairs are doing what they're doing. If anything happens, we're on the station or we're somewhere on the ship. It's fine.
Just station keeping, boring paperwork.
Yeah.
Since this is more about building confidence than actually getting them to run the ship for a day, because basically no one's on board. Inspiration.
I'd take that. Yeah. Generate 2 momentum. As you have a proper skeleton crew of junior officers who are getting in the bridge time, like which usually your first bridge time as an ensign or junior lieutenant is, we're station keeping. Don't break anything. If you break anything while we're sitting still in safe port, you're gonna get written up, and you're probably not making. You're not getting a promotion this month or this year.
The ship gave us 1 momentum.
There you go. Boop.
2 on the trait. No responsibilities for senior officers.
Oh, I can't promise
unless
that.
There's. Well, I mean, I don't mean in the case of an emergency. I mean, none of us have none of our regular assigned duties are assigned to us.
No mundane responsibilities. No mundane duties, I'll put it that way.
Sure.
Because I can't spell responsibilities. We'll put those up here.
Only magic ones.
What are Atrim or Deca up to? As the captain sets up the ship to not require you to hover over. Sure.
Hey,
Sure.
are we on duty right now, or no?
You're off. The captain has just has your counterpart.
Okay. So what's the status? I would like to check in on the status of our civilian crew, these people who are with us under varying degrees of willingness.
What would you like to know?
What do I know of what is the plan to deal with all of them? Like what is happening to them?
So for now, your civilian contingent, some civilians are going to be cycled off because there were some civilians who were aboard because they assumed they were going to colonize, or they're going to be like the first colonists to set up some preliminary stuff. Now that they're not, some of them are coming off. Some are staying on because if they're going to see the sector, it is immensely safer to see it aboard a Starfleet vessel than it is to hire out one of these random ship captains. And like if they're going to be the first people to see stuff, they're going to see it on a Starfleet vessel. And some people have been given the Secrecy Act because the captain has classified some of what's happened. So some people, if they want to, they are free to leave if they really want to, and some have, but they're under paying a prosecution if they share what they know. And some people don't know. The average civilian doesn't know everything that happens aboard ship because they're research. They were in the middle of research when you were on your away team, or they're sleeping, or they just don't know. So there's no secret to keep.
Okay, so let me ask, what is happening to our multi-time troublemaker Thane over here?
That I'll give insider reason plus security difficulty 2. And I'll throw in the ship's computer security to
Okay. In my security, which has now been bumped up to 5. A focus in investigative techniques.
Oh, yes.
Okay. I'll take that momentum. And adventure. Computer security. No dice.
Oops, no. Yep. So Thane Thesarov is in minor trouble. He's adding to his record. If he was a Starfleet officer, he'd be a lot more trouble. He's starting to garner a bit of a negative reputation within the expedition. But he hasn't done anything that is a threat to life. It's just more a threat to it's more a threat to himself. So it's a lot of hey, if you do, like, he's lost some of his luxury credits because he's been fined. He's been given reprimands on his civil file. They go, hey, please stop. If you push us long, basically his rep score was 3, it's dropped to 2. Like, he's starting to irritate Starfleet security, but not enough to bounce him out of being on a Starfleet vessel. If he ticks them off too much, eventually they go, you're just banned. We're not letting you. It's a privilege to be aboard a Starfleet vessel, not a right. And if we as part of the expedition, the lawful authority in this area, say this place is not safe for civil ships, guess what? And especially if someone has a bad rep with Starfleet, some Federation captains just won't have you. They'll just go, even on civil vessels, like, you know what? I don't need your kind of trouble. I have enough stuff to do with my day than to babysit you. So he's not making tons of friends, but he hasn't gotten into too much trouble yet. He's just getting into some trouble. But he's been difficult too. With your security staff was able to secure him last time, and he just he made himself a nuisance. He didn't hurt anybody, but it's one of those. We have other stuff to do. Like, we can't be running around after you, making sure you're not pressing stuff you're not supposed to press. You're an adult.
You're not tripping on hitting your head on something and no one knows where you are. Yeah.
Yeah.
But okay, if I don't have to deal with processing him for the criminal prosecution, the charge of being annoying, in that case, what I would like to do is, an important part of the Starfleet officer's job is to stay in shape, which is something that can be difficult in space, especially when most of these people's jobs involve sitting and or standing in front of a computer all day. So I would like to organize a fitness program for any officers and crew who would like to participate, where we shall, spend some time, jogging throughout the station, making use of the gym, if there's any climbing sets there, I would like to, introduce and engage in my personal hobby of climbing. Make sure the crew remains in good physical condition. Just, part of my job as XO and security chief.
That makes sense. I'd call that fitness, command, or security difficulty 2. You can succeed at cost, because bare minimum, these are Starfleet officers and crew. They had to pass certain fitness requirements to even make it in the fleet, but so they're going to do something.
Okay, fitness, security. Div 2, you said?
Yep.
Okay. A fitness of team dynamics. I know how to coordinate a group of people.
Say again?
A focus of team dynamics.
Oh, yes.
Because I know how to coordinate people. Okay. 1 momentum and 2 threat. There we go. That's what I like to see. I don't know why it's saying I rolled command, because I rolled security, but whatever.
Generate.
Because your command isn't 5, right?
No, my command's 4. As of today, my security is 5, but my command's 4.
Mm-hmm. It picked up the right score, but the wrong word.
Weird.
So yeah, you're able to get people up to date on their fitness program. So for some people, it's just a maintenance of what you're supposed to be doing. For some people, it's improve. You've actually find some people you're able to help improve. And some people who were really they really needed this just for stress relief. It's like, oh, good. It's like I've been working. Wait, I'm on official duty to go on a fitness thing with the XO. Okay. I kind of wanted to do a lifting set anyway, or I wanted to do a climbing thing today anyway. That's awesome. I get to do it as part of my duties. This is great.
And it's exactly, you don't, it's kind of like lonely to stand in the gym by yourself and lift weights. But if you can do it as part of a group, it becomes a social activity, which makes it, more fun. And so am I able to get any of the other PCs involved in a little, fitness game, or as we're doing, laps around the station? Are any of you interested in joining us?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. The doctor will come.
Awesome.
That would be impressive.
Yeah.
Given that the doctor's
I'm not there right now.
The doctor's on mission 01.
Yeah, that would be pretty impressive.
I unfortunately...
Our teleportation needs to work on her jogging ability.
Unfortunately don't think I will be able to join you.
On account of you not having arms or legs, yes. Well, not
just that.
On account of you not having a corporeal body would perhaps be a better way to phrase that. Not having muscle tissue to move.
And I am also in a box.
Okay, and could I spend... You will join?
Yeah, because I was looking at would he? But yeah, fitness 11. I think I would.
Oh, I didn't know you had fitness 11. You have a higher fitness score than the Scary Chief.
He made captain somehow.
By punching everyone in between him and the sea?
Apparently.
There's more than punching to fitness, by the way.
I know, it was a joke.
I don't believe you.
Was it?
Oh, but before he rolls, could I spend 2 of the momentum I generated on the trait of, say, fitness group that I've made that there's a group of crew and officers that we do this at least somewhat frequently, or at least we've been doing this a lot fairly. Great.
Yeah, I'll create another one. What I could do, I could either make another one to have a separate trait, or I can increase the potency of your fitness program. Either way.
Oh, you are... Yeah, why don't you increase the potency of it? I see what you mean. Yeah, why don't you do that?
Because basically that's what the second potency is. It's like, it's not just that I had a fitness program or I'm going to have one during our shore leave. It's... Actually, there's some people who are like, well, we'll do some more stuff off duty. Like, we'll take a rest day, but we'll do other stuff. Like, we'll do leg day next time. It's like, oh, sure, if you're still... I'm up for it if you are. Want to come, XO? Sure, why not?
This might just be our newest club aboard the ship.
Yeah, the captain will participate. Do I need to roll something?
You can roll assist. You might generate some momentum here, actually.
But the captain does not have a focus.
Oh, hey, there you go. Generate another momentum as, some people see, hey, the captain... It's like, how's the captain so fit? It's like, well, he does stuff. It's like, you want to make captain? You should be doing what he's doing. Like, it's like, just because you're captain doesn't mean you have to keep up your fitness standards. It's like, keep up. Freaking Killick has above and beyond.
Yeah.
He's a pretty fit dude.
None of which comes from the service and the ship side of Starfleet, but that's not an advertised fact.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it makes sense if other people would think that way. That's not why he does it, though.
Mm-hmm. The EXO doesn't want to appear to be like a kiss ass, so she's not going to be too grateful that you've shown up, but she does give you a very appreciative look because she knows that if you've shown up here, then that will encourage other people to attend as well.
And actually, some civvies actually come along just out of sheer, hey, we can teach you some tricks, this, that, and the other. Of the 3 main civilians, only one who... Sylvia Graves, does she go? How much of a fitness person? Sylvia Graves actually participates. Does the Vulcans Leora do? She does as well. Thane does not. He has business to attend to. Like filling out forms, taking re-education classes about how to not be an annoyance and nuisance. He can't be on a shuttle unsupervised for a little bit. It's like, hey, don't get into trouble and you won't win crappy prizes.
Yeah, while jogging, I will, slow down to meet the pace of Graves and Sane and say, it's great to see civilians taking care of themselves too. What motivated the two of you to participate?
Sane says, it is a reinforced matter of the Vulcan education system in the Science Academy and at the secondary and primary schooling levels, for a fit mind is supported by a fit body. And such things, like all things, require maintenance and honing every day. But also, there's a certain level of social components that allows one, when not pursuing meditative culinar, one must also remember that they are part of an infinite diversity, an infinite combination, to really understand why everything is.
Yeah, so that's the answer that Atrum has heard from literally every Vulcan gym buff that she's ever seen in her entire life. She nods and says, that's a good reason.
These gains are logical.
As for Miss Graves, she says, in her Ardanian way, well, I will suffer the more basic forms of calisthenics and cardio, but it has been, in my experience, that it is that the stars don't really allow for one to slack. When one wants to go into danger or minimize danger, one has to make sure that one is ready for basically anything. Which gets her a few looks from some of the crew and some of the civilians like, okay, look, the stars are dangerous, but I don't know about all that. Sometimes you just need to run. Sometimes you just feel like playing soccer. Ease up, lady. God.
Atrum is a security officer, but she kind of gets it, but it's such a strange answer to hear from a civilian that she kind of chuckles and says, oh, yeah, of course.
Meanwhile, what is Dekka doing during all this?
This is an interesting one. This is since we're at station keeping and everything is basically stationary. Dekka is actually going to try and put in a request to basically be allowed to do EVA. It would have to be in a spot with no windows.
Like EVA, you mean you would like to be able to leave the box you're imprisoned in?
Yes.
Okay.
It's uncomfortable.
I thought you meant you would like to be kicked out into space as a box. And I was like, well, how are you going to move?
What the station commander will do, they'll actually, like, you'll get the approval through them, and then they'll go, oh, we can set that up. Basically, they'll set aside, like, one zone and go, hey, that's a restricted zone. That's for any Medusans who want to get out of their boxes and relax for a bit, and just don't go there. Why? It really is for your safety, and also leave them alone. They reserve that part of space. So shoo, and you guys have what few Medusans there are within the Wolastoq and the Bonaventure, which I imagine doesn't number a ton, but there's like more than just you. There's like one or two who are around, one or two civilians that may be hanging about. They're like, yeah, we have our little moment, and there's like a little they what the commander does, they send out a little communication buoy for you. So if you need something, if they go, hey, emergency, get inside quickly, or do you need help?
Yep.
You know, this is how you can call us, so you don't have to walk. You don't have to be holding on to anything. You just kind of relax.
Yeah.
Jojo, go join someone's polycule.
Jojo join someone's
polycule. I mean, that's basically.
I have many friends who've read that manga. I have not. If you told me that happened in it, I would believe you.
Yep. Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I mean, it would definitely be a thing of a small handful of Medusans hanging out outside the station, just sort of existing with each other psionically.
Uh-huh. In a
Yeah,
sort of
yeah.
romantic cluster of multiple freely associated people, you might say.
I hate this so much. It's so funny.
I said what I said for a reason.
Look, look. Every hive-minded sci-fi can't be a polycule.
The best.
I,
Borg,
You're
for
right,
I don't
example.
some
know
of them
about that.
are more of like one person. But anyways, continue.
Yeah.
And
Presence
some of them are ant colonies. But go ahead.
presence plus your choice, because this is what your group as a whole is focusing on for just for a little while. And the difficulty is 0 just because the group, now that you're with a decent number of your species, this is pretty trivial for all of you. This is actually really healthy for you to do once in a while.
Yeah. Oh, here, I'm gonna do this for the fun of it, because I did have this ready to go in case I ever got to do it. Hold on. Here it is. Yeah, switch it out. Come on. Oh, I have to switch the default token, don't I?
There's a way to make it roll, but I'd have to set it up. I have to set up a certain way to let it rotate through.
Yeah.
There's a way to do that, though.
Yeah, with the rollable tokens.
Yeah.
Here we go. Let's try this again.
And there you are.
Now, everybody, don't look at the screen. It's very important.
It's very important that none of us look at the screen.
Wow.
Everyone. No. You said presence plus what?
Your choice.
Oh. I would actually say con in this case, because it is we're all sort of floating around, EVA, just
Stretching your legs, as it were.
Yeah, spreading our wings. Because that is a thing that we like to do. I will spend a momentum just for the sake of the reroll.
Oh, there's one person I didn't mark. I really should mark these aboard.
Yep, there we go. That's 3.
He is under lock and key currently. Yep, generate 3 momentum, and I will share with you, because you have connected with your people, that you learn, generally speaking, among the Medusans, the Medusan people, and you probably felt this before, it just wasn't something your character would have necessarily proffered, because it would have been, it wouldn't be mission critical. But you are able to reaffirm that the Medusan people have an interest in the Dawnland Fringe. They're one of the members of Federation that, like, the counselor from the Medusans really jumped up and down along with the Commodore to have the Dawnland Fringe looked out. Like, they weren't the only loud voice, but they were one of the loud voices, because they found the Medusans always had this interest with the Coreward stars. And learning, and any mission that goes Coreward, Medusans tend to like to go civilian. That's why you actually have a decent civilian contingent here.
They have Wanderlust.
Yep. And the general feel that everyone has, that you learn, is that your fellow Medusans have learned. They know there's certain things that you know that they go, we're not allowed to. If you're not supposed to tell people, then we don't tell people. Like, whatever you're not allowed to tell, we're not allowed to tell, and that's just an expected. People know that about Medusans, unless it's like super high security, which that's partly why some Medusans aren't privy to super high level security stuff, just because it's just a species thing. They know to ask you to never talk to your people. It's just not. That's not feasible. It's not healthy for you to do that. Some Medusans do it. It sucks. It is immensely lonely. You've heard of them, and they're miserable grumps to a one, which good reasons. But yeah, some of the stuff they learn from you, that, okay, we know this. Well, here's some stuff we know. We want you to know because you're serving in Starfleet. That there is a bit of a wildcat movement that's blooming due to the work of, well, not direct, but inspired by Elias Huck Vance's attempt to do his own wildcat. The fact that he got that far, some people romanticize his efforts, even though among all the Medusans and what they learned from you, yeah, he did something very reckless, and there's a reason why there's a reason Federation has regulations about colonization efforts. There's a reason that they really want you to wait and not do wildcat colonization. It's dangerous for everyone involved. So, but some people think otherwise. Some humans think it's what a brave, pioneering thing to do, and it's like that's not what happened. He nearly killed 60 people.
Sometimes it works out. Often it really doesn't.
Yep. And
cool.
There is a. Oh shoot! Sorry, I just got booed. I'm trying not to drop it. There we go. There is. Oh yeah, the thing I was gonna say. There was the Narhal wildcat experiment. Like that actually worked, and that's. But that was a major effort among a small fleet with very well researched things. But even then, it's like that was still a wildcat colonization that the Vulcans didn't necessarily approve of. It's like, hey, it's just like Narhal 4. It's like, no, hold on, they got lucky that nothing bad happened.
No. Narhal 4 had a bunch of other stuff going on behind the scenes of that.
Yeah. But yeah, you can ask further questions with momentum because you basically are dipping into the hive mind of your fellow Medusans.
Okay. Hang on. You know what? I will before I start dipping into the actual momentum pool. If it was one less, it would be a momentum. Nope, get a threat.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll spend a momentum out of the pool. I will. I think I would like to ask if there's any, because these are the Medusans that are on station.
Yeah.
Is there any news just on the station? Any have there been any developments that have made waves on the station? You know, what is the what's the Cliff Notes version of some episode from the station that we weren't there for?
They tell you some minor stories for a bit, where it's like, yeah, that's a normal, like, everyday station thing. You know, at some point, certain station missions are every station missions. Shuttle maintenance. Someone got in trouble for not following dock protocol. There was a party that someone had. There was a wedding someone had. You know. And
that is a very strange ceremony that those corporeals do.
There is a lot of curiosity about what your ship did, because the Wolastoq has done some minor. There's been a bit of excitement in operations, but they figure that's like once they pry into your head a little bit, it's that explains that. Okay, well, we're wondering why they were all buzzing up there. That explains exactly what was going on. Got it.
And they would definitely probably also be interested in the whole, like, discovered a psionic barrier thing, because that's just a thing that Medusans would be interested in.
They did actually learn one particular mission that was of interest to the to the Wolastoq. In the pull the second map so I can tell you what I'm talking about. Near the dead pulsar system, where there's basically a collapsed pulsar there. That's where a lot of neutronium and crystallized dilithium and stuff was like being gathered. There actually was a Class Y rogue planet that had sentient metal life forms. No real civilization. It was just kind of a neat thing the station ran into. One of the Medusans actually was asked to try to talk to them, and we're not even talking about like psychically reach out to see if it's like hey, is that metal thinking? And it's like yes, but they don't. It's just sentient. Like they're in the very early stages of sentience. So it's like, okay, well, that sounds like a Prime Directive thing. We will leave them alone.
Well, the Federation hasn't encountered a species like that since, I believe, the Horta. As I understand.
That's how the crew. That's how the Medusans and the crew kind of got that. The crew got to jump to that conclusion pretty quickly. Like, sentient metal? That's not the weirdest thing we've heard. That may very well be possible. Let's. Hey, is there a Medusan board we could ask for help real quick? Like, hey, could you take a look real quick and just feel them out? Yeah, they're totally sentient. Oh, yeah. We're gonna restrict travel there. Which, that's a planet that the which was easy to do for the colonists because the colonists were simply told mine a different planet. There are tons of mining resources. Just leave this one planet alone, and most law-abiding Federation citizens go okay. And the ones that don't, they get sent home.
I suppose that does remind me. I probably should visit Station Astrometrics and see about any cartography updates from there with their facilities. But that's enough work. It is good to spread out again.
Any other queries with your moment?
I'm good for now.
I will also add on that your character does get it is for Medusan. This is you're in your natural element, so this is pretty comfortable. It'd be nicer to be on the home world, but Medusan's got to wander sometime.
Yep. Then eventually he'll go back inside, get back in the box, and that's fine.
A new scene as Doctor. Would you like me to focus on a particular supporting character, which will use up they will be rolling, so it will eat into your crew support, or I can flash over to what the Doctor's doing on the planet.
Yeah, I think we talked about letting the Doctor be aside for a while. It could be interesting. So I'm good to pick up a support of some form.
Pick your poison. I'm about
Yeah.
to pick on
So do we want a Bonaventure support or someone from the station?
Do you have someone from the station in mind? You could make something up.
I did just make the captain for the station.
Yeah.
Great.
I wanted people to make the captains for the ships and the stations. Because I might have to interact with them, and I don't want to play myself. So I was hoping you'd do that.
Yeah. So
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Yeah, I can pick up Captain Satal of the Wolastoq.
Which doesn't eat our crew support, right?
Eats the stations, yep.
And the station has 8 crew support.
Yeah.
Well, but this guy eats 2.
Yeah.
We'll actually swap over to station ops.
We can't have as many crew on this station because the captain keeps eating all of our food.
Vulcans, they're so gluttonous.
But saying he eats the support was funny in my head.
He eats the people, too. Most Vulcans are vegetarian. This one's a cannibal.
Like, you were just having this conversation about, well, what's the episode, like what episodes are happening here. There's like a long running DS9 style season plot about Captain Satal's secret cannibalism where, oh, this person died in this or that way and it was very mysterious. And where was Captain Satal at that time? He definitely wasn't eating them.
Yeah, I mean, so here's the thing. If you're gonna be Vulcan about it, it's still gotta be ethical cannibalism.
Oh dear lord.
We are not. I'm putting this down. We are not having this debate.
So, Captain Satal.
So fair.
This is your station operations, the command center, your bridge for the MSO Wolastoq. In this area, as you see, there are various stations that you would expect aboard a any starship. Your ops, your engine, your tactical security, science operations. But unique to the station, the medical staff has its own dedicated console, as well as the diplomatic corps has a dedicated console on the in station ops, just to speed things up, because they're also backing up the Commodore as the Commodore staff. So there's a bit of sharing of resources. Mind you, the Commodore tends to give you objectives or directives for the station, and then expects you to not need her to do anything. If you need her, then she'll step in and help. But if you're, she's learned that flag officers who make themselves a nuisance tend to become tend to not do very well in their careers. Because they get a little too power hungry, and besides which, she's had to deal with the Haida and the Bonaventure for the last while, because they've had their own problems that actually need her direct input.
It's Captain Satal's job to make sure that she doesn't have to worry about his job.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, here's things I'm worried about for your station. Keep these things up.
Exactly.
And your current mission, one is to ensure the Bonaventure gets pulled up to date, but you're told by engine operations that you're told specifically by Lieutenant Karom.
Yeah.
That the head of engineering is having an easy time like that. That sounds like you're basically having your own version of a one threat mission, because the Bonaventure isn't badly hurt. They didn't have any casualties. This is it's just shore leave. So the station mainly just has to be around and keep them out of trouble, which they have a good reputation. They're probably going to stay out of trouble. Heck, they seem to be doing a fitness thing today, so
Oh, interesting. All right. And the crew is proceeding apace with their shore leave within expected parameters?
So far, there hasn't been any issues. There was a mild security concern with the Medusans, talking with the Medusan from the Bonaventure, but the Commodore gave it an okay. It's she knows what's being kept, and she trusts the Medusan. The Medusans she knows are aboard. She knows she can trust.
All right.
And if they break that trust, they know that's not a good thing to do if they want to go on any missions again. Because it doesn't just hurt them; it hurts all the Medusans who are traveling. So it's like, yeah, if you screwed up, you're not screwing up just for yourself. You'll do it for everybody.
We've reinvented collective punishment, but only for psionically linked hive minds. It's fair if you do it that way? Question mark?
Well, when each of them are the equivalent of a nuke, right?
Give me some Insight Command, difficulty 2, to see how in tune you are with the general goings-on aboard your station.
All right. Tall.
Safe, they would be considered elsewhere on the ship. Whoops, no, come back. Elsewhere on the ship. And this person.
Emotional intelligence or reporting procedures as focuses.
Both could apply. I'd answer the question differently.
I'll take reporting procedures first. And I'll spend 1 momentum for a third die.
Okay. Oh, and I'm sorry. I'm supposed to
Well.
give you the Commodore focus because you'd be benefiting from it right now. I really should choose what those are because those are her things. Nah, I'll figure it out next time. Not a huge deal. Well, you made it.
Yeah.
Further complication.
Made it. I'll take the complication.
Ba ba ba. Ba ba ba. Oh, that's the right one. You learn through various reports, primarily as a sort of. Oh, sorry. The one thing I forgot to point out: this station here in the center is the XO post. So, as the captain, you would either be up where in the command area in the flag officer office with the Commodore. Sometimes the Commodore would leave, and that would be where you'd be sitting. And actually, Commodore probably isn't sitting in there right now. Anyway, she's probably off. She's probably in a civil conference right now. So you'd either be. This is from here, from this office back here. You'd be able to see from the two screens that these two screens watch the wider station ops area, but they also show what's happening in showing what's happening in main engineering, interrogation brig, the transporter room. This shows the sick bay, the civil conference areas, the shuttle bay. But there's also like mini screens showing what's going on here, or you'd take the dedicated turbolift down, and then you'd be down on the floor. This area is the XO post where they have a sort of. This is the a combination of a command chair, an XO's chair, but also a multi-purpose console where it's a semi-holographic surrounding around them that kind of lets them turn and focus. It's more for assisting all the other departments. And in a pinch,
I think the captain has learned that subordinates don't like being hovered over, despite it being somewhat illogical, and so is spending this time in his office.
Because they know if they absolutely need you, they can hit a button and they'll ping you on the screen. It's like it's not that hard. You're not even all that far away. So you get
or they could stand up and walk into the room.
Yeah, exactly.
Or is there not a door? Is there not a door between these two?
It's basically just a dedicated turbo lift or mini lift between the
okay.
Yeah, between Delta A and Delta B.
Okay, so these are not on the same floor. Gotcha.
Yeah. It's also a way that with their dedicated, because they have their own dedicated turbo lift to go elsewhere. If the station commander or the Commodore is meeting people and an emergency happens, they can shoo VIPs out and have them escape from the command deck, and then it's not a bit. It doesn't get. Right. They don't have to cross the floor to get somewhere safe. It's like, no, go out that way. Seriously, that is the way to escape from this room. You learn from various reports that there is a growing spiritual movement of people who are believe they are seeing visions of some sort of giant of a. It's described for various species, like a giant. Like I'm saying, like 10-foot tall, 12-foot tall. Human or Vulcan or Andorian, like it changes basically who's hearing it. And people have visions. There's religious people aboard the ship. That's not the weirdest thing in the world, but the fact that it's actually, from the reports, it's actually becoming somewhat pervasive, and it's starting to become some sort of movement. So much so that complication-wise, you've heard, as a Vulcan, you've heard of some movements building into something else. They can become problems if you don't actually understand what they are, because some movements are not very smart when it comes to star travel.
Well, the first thing the captain's going to want to investigate with this is whether there are reports of disconnected groups experiencing the same phenomenon.
4 momentum will answer that.
I'll spend it.
That would be a yes. Like that's how people like they don't processize necessarily. It's just people were like, I'm seeing things. You need to talk to this guy. He saw the thing too.
All right. Then I will try to draw up a potential map overlay of where these sightings are said to have taken place.
Reason insight plus science or medicine. Difficulty 2, assisted by station computer plus science or medicine. Depends what you're using.
I argue for con for plotting out a map. Because I don't need to necessarily directly understand the thing. I need to understand where it is.
I'll take con. Yeah, that makes sense. I see what you're saying. I understand what you're saying.
You have a future in computer science.
Don't need to understand the thing. Just need to know where it is.
So mathematics. Yes, that is a big part of it.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Con. Don't have a focus here, definitely. Do I have a focus in anything that might help me from the Commodore here?
You know what? I'm gonna ad-lib something here. If I roll a 6, I'll say yes. I rolled a 2. No. The thing she gave you is not related to your current problem. Because she was expecting you to do something to do with the ship. It's like, that's not what I was looking for, but thanks anyway, Commodore.
Yep. It's very helpful. It will be very helpful. Tomorrow.
Stellar cartography. I'm not doing stellar cartography. I'm doing regular cartography. Shoot.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Why is that not showing the name?
I'll give you 3 threat here.
We're doing great.
Yeah. Well, that's a success plus 1 momentum.
And station?
Do I have station? Clicking on station. Pulling up station. I do have station. Computers. Con.
Yep, got another one.
That's another hit.
You notice it seems to be a blooming effect from the docking arm, and you're able to correlate it with the docking of the Bonaventure. As well as the arm beta, which is in the direction of the various Medusans who are on their EVA commune. So it's coming from like 2 different quadrants of the main area. Because to get to kind of show you real quick, I'll pull it on the screen just to kind of give an idea of layout. Most of the station is on. Most people are on this bit, the center bit. The rest is docking arms. So all that is so it's basically this octagon and then straight down like a block.
Right. Yeah. Okay. In that case, I'm going to call up the captain of Bonaventure.
Do you ask nicely?
I ask like a Vulcan.
captain, or there's someone else to ask you nicely. Oh, sorry.
No, this is a matter between 2 captains right now. So Captain Satal will send a message to. What's the last name of your character? I forgot. Killick. Here we go. I remembered Tom and I didn't remember Killick.
In fact, I was scrolling through the VOD of yesterday's session, or last week's session, and YouTube's subtitles routinely refer to you as Captain Kill.
Captain Kill. All right.
I am from the 80s as a cool action character.
That's yeah.
Captain Kill Death Murder.
Oh, it's spelled
Mhm.
out. That's why I can't find it. There.
So yeah, Captain Satal to Captain Killick. When you've got a moment free, I would like to speak to you about the recent arrival of your ship. It doesn't appear to be incredibly urgent.
If that's the message, you're going to be lucky to get Killick inside of a week. Because he's not on duty. You explicitly said it's not urgent, and it's about a mundane matter.
Not incredibly urgent. You know, might call back later. We'll see.
Yeah.
You know what?
You can call back later, but if that's the message, it might be a week.
That's the message. Yeah.
I'll give some, actually I'll do it the other way. Killick, give me Insight plus Command, difficulty 2, to see if you can read your fellow captain a bit and go like, wait, this is Satal. What's Satal like again? Like, is it really not urgent, or is this Vulcan kind of urgent, and he's just being nice? And Satal can assist because he is trying to communicate. He's just, being a bit Vulcan about things. Oh, hey, it's your momentum.
Sure, I'll assist.
Why don't you introduce a com?
Oh yeah. Insight, command, emotional intelligence, focus.
Yes. How am I supposed to communicate with my fellow officers? Right, I took a course on this.
Mm-hmm. I've read several books.
You probably get the message, and you probably get ready for the next thing. We're like, okay, we're gonna do this exercise today. It's like, oh, that sounds kind of interesting. And then you spend a second thinking about what Satal said, and then you're like, wait a minute. Actually, here's a bit of a backfill question. How well do Killick and Satal know each other? Or is this their first mission together as part of the expedition?
I will leave that up to you.
Killick has spent, other than what we've seen, for the 2 previous years, Killick was at ESD, working, not ESD, Utopia Planitia, working at the Bonaventure, and before that was on a flagship, not a Coreward flagship. So if any of that doesn't match with your quick understanding, that it's probably no. If you do think your quick understanding of Satal fits into any of that, then maybe. Or if he's had any involvement in Starfleet security or any conflicts with Klingons in the last, well, not in the last 20 years, about 20 years ago.
Right. It is Vulcan, which means,
Quite possibly the latter.
He's not a fan of violence, and so probably chose duty assignments other than the Klingon border.
No, he could have been serving for an indeterminate number of years dating back to Starfleet's founding, is my point.
Yeah.
True. I think he spent the last few years working with the Comet. The last 7 years or so.
Then I think the answer is no, because the Bonaventure I don't think was destined for the Commodore. I think the Bonaventure was picked up because it was available.
I think so, yeah.
And if it fit her mission profile, she needed a.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, can I get this
This
kind of
winter
shit?
finished working up, and she needed it. Then the answer is probably once or twice at official functions.
Yeah, so there's this moment where you're like, Satal says it's not that urgent, and then you think about it, you're like, wait a minute, what do you know about Vulcans, and what little do you know Satal? Yeah, you get the feeling that something's going on in the station, and the captain's just being polite, but this may be something serious. Not like Red Alert serious, because then you'd be seeing lights, but the captain wants to seem to talk to you for something.
Okay. Then him and Atrum will get invited to dinner, because I'm not gonna, if it's not urgent, I'm not gonna stop what I'm doing in the middle of the day, but I will make time today.
Perfectly acceptable.
Whoops, what? Oh, whoops, that's a problem for later. Sorry, I just got an alert on my phone, but it's not vital. I just have some earbuds that are dying, but that's okay. That's a problem for later me. So I'll actually pull us over to the scope. Oh, I have Stall on this map anyway. I will pull back up this music. Actually, will pull a momentum away for a scene change because we're having a dinner moment. Boop. Actually, boop. I'll put you over there for now. So Killick, Atrum, and Captain Satal.
Presumably any plus ones, but Atrum is currently single, and I don't know if Captain Satal is.
The captain is not, so there's a fourth person.
Dana Killick.
Don't believe Captain Satal would think it appropriate to bring someone else to this dinner.
Also, do you think this is like a working dinner, and the two of us think this is just like a social call?
Yes.
That's funny.
Even if it's a social call, though, it is still a work.
Oh my god, that means two of you show up in uniform and two of you show up like in casual dinnerware.
Yeah.
Since the captain does not know Satal personally, the captain will make sure to communicate that this is a while a private invitation, that formal decorum should be observed, just because with Atrum I probably eats, working dinners, 2 or 3 times a week, and some of those are in uniform, some of those are just whenever they happen to have free time to go over a couple of documents or whatever. But Satal, it's best not to just jump straight into let's be super personal and outside of a work context with the Vulcan captain. With a human captain, the extent that he will tell Atrum is that it's an invitation to you and Captain Satal, and it's a formal invitation.
Okay. Dress uniform or ununiformed formal? Civilian formal or Starfleet formal?
Captain Killick can only hold your hand so much. It's 2 captains are going to be present.
All right, I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Service uniform wouldn't go too far, given the rank of the people present.
Yep, as the junior most officer here, I shall, I heard formal. I don't know what to make of this situation. I will show up in my dress uniform. I don't even know if dress uniforms actually exist in this era, so.
If they do, actually, they might as well, because in TOS they have a distinction of, like, we don't wear medals and ribbons for normal duty like everybody else. But during like legal proceedings or during important moments, they do.
Yes, you're probably wearing a version of the red serge, but it's a much more vibrant color because it's not meant for service duty. It's meant to look nice. You probably have your medals and some of your accommodation ribbons attached to your to your uniform.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think it sounds like you have a bit of trepidation, but I'll say you probably Killick's the one to invite you in, and he is as well. Because that's what that's what the word formal was intended to mean.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The only at some point recently, for my recent actions, I do have the Star Cross, which is the newest one. But the only other like decoration of note she has was the Kitamura Kurd's escort service medal, because she was one of the ships present, or she was on one of the ships that escorted people to that event. Otherwise, it's just service medal for this many years, good conduct, a couple, Romulan border service, nothing of particular note.
Like the
she says,
the little gemstone markers, like almost every Starfleet officer gets these, so it kind of creates a sort of cluster effect on your uniform.
Yeah.
Dan.
She'll say, Tom, thank you for inviting me into your home.
For Killick, you'll see, actually probably the first decoration you're not going to see on him, but it's probably in a picture frame or somewhere, because it's from the Academy for being the cadet captain of the class. The 3 he's actually wearing are one that indicates that he spent time as a POW, the Star Cross, and the Christopher Pike Medal of Valor, which I assume the Admiral gave him right after we got here.
Yeah, yeah. There's probably a little ceremony.
Probably at the same service that gave me the Star Cross, but yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And probably, he'll say, well, I hate to call you into a half business, half personal connection straight after we get here, but the captain made it seem important.
Is Captain Satal informal? Before I get too far.
She nods her head and says, with Vulcan captains, is it ever not on duty?
I'm gonna hush it.
I don't think Captain Satal's there.
Yeah, well, she would not say that if he's right there.
The Vulcans have good hearing. He's just around the corner.
God damn it. This really is a sitcom plot. A miscommunication, overhearing things.
Yeah, I think Satal is in a formal uniform. Has some service medals for maybe like 30 years of service in Starfleet. Nothing particularly of note. There are a couple engineering-related medals, and one diplomacy award.
And perhaps unexpected, Killick's wife is also in uniform, except her comm badge indicates she's not a serving officer, but a reserve officer. And a commander as well.
Have you ever mentioned that to Atrum?
I don't know that there's any reason that it should have ever come up. Because she is a serving officer. Like, I was imagining it's not too far like modern reserve systems in that maybe you have duty a couple of times a year.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of the time she's civvy.
So,
which...
yeah, so it's not like her day job is as a security officer, which I'll say it might make sense. Killick has talked that, yeah, sometimes, she sits with the Commodore to go over matters of security and stuff. And one might have assumed that she just had some civilian policing experience, but here she's wearing security green.
Yeah, she'll say, "Oh, thank you for welcoming me into your home. I've been very curious to meet your..." And then she turns her head and says, "Oh, hello. I'm Niastra. I didn't know you were also an officer in the service."
Oh, I try not to brag about it too much, but during formal events like this, it always pays to let everyone know, to show the flag, as it were.
She nods her head.
So what's blowing up? Because the last time we dressed up in uniforms like this last time, I think Klingons were shooting at you, Tom. She looks over at you, expecting that this is something you're involved with.
Yeah. I think that's probably a good point for Zatal to show up.
Killickle says, I think the Klingons have arrived.
Captain Zatal!
There's just a slight raised eyebrow to that.
So this is your party.
Commander Killick.
It's Diana
Perhaps.
Zatal. You don't have to call me Commander Killick. Besides, our ranks will differ, shit us. But,
Very well, Diana. The stiff Vulcan formality extends to a bottle that Captain Zatal looks to Diana and then Tom and then hands to her.
Thank you. Oh, hey.
Tom will try to get a peek at what it is.
It is a Tellarite port.
Oh, I was wondering if you're going to be able to get one of those shipments in. Oh, I'm so glad you're able to find this.
Good vintage?
Good flavor. Vintage Tellarites tend to... It varies, because there's always a constant debate as to the ideal port, which changes from month to month and year to year. So, but
Best
you can
cultivate a personal preference.
Killick says, I wouldn't have ever guessed you have a strong Tellarite community in Oporto, but to each their own.
Diplomatic Corps, Tom. Just chock full of them, I swear.
Yeah, but to take a vineyard.
I believe there was a challenge of some form approximately 85 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
A bet.
Oh, yeah. Killick points out of the bottle. The last word. That's the name of the vintage.
Oh, this one won an award from Andorians. Oh, they didn't want that one.
I believe they were thoroughly displeased.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably going to be good then.
Niastra is making
like
no comments because she does have strong wine preferences, and these are not aligning with anything she thinks.
Is like the Andorian Wine Award like the sommelier equivalent of the Razzies? Like what?
Well, it's sort of like it's like a French wine winning an award in Germany. It's like that's not what we were aiming for. Why did the Germans like our wine? We like your wine. Shut up. Jeez.
And like Andoria doesn't have its own wines and has a reputation for like having like really unrefined preferences for especially strong flavors because they don't know any better. You know,
The Andorians love
Oh.
their ale.
I come from aristocratic Mediterranean world, so I have extremely strong preferences.
Well, this is from a Mediterranean area on
Well,
Earth.
much as I'd love to crack
She'll
this.
say,
Oh, go ahead.
Captain Satal, it is a pleasure to meet you formally. The Commodore has spoken of you before, and this was a very kind gift.
Oh, Commander Atrum. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. Was not aware you'd be joining us, but you are most, fortuitous in being here for this conversation, I believe.
The captain says, don't even think about it, Statal. She's mine at least for the next 2 or 3 years. She's probably a captain after that.
Oh, God
There's
forbid.
a
God's willing.
slight tug of a smirk. just barely readable.
She pauses for a moment and she says, if I can become captain before I'm 36, and if this is a captaincy of a ship larger than a no berth, I believe I shall die a happy woman.
Oh, next Kirk over here.
The captain says, yeah, that's a tall order, you know.
I believe it is every commander's dream who is below the age of 28 to achieve that same goal.
Ikram is in her
No,
mid-30s. She's saying within the next 2 to 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
But she says,
I've seen a report that there's a new white paper for a theory of these pretty interesting runabouts. They might, probably be 20 or 30 years before we see any of them, but they might need captains for them. They're pretty big.
if in 20 to 30 years I am still in this uniform and I have yet to find a seat, well, something has very greatly gone wrong.
I'm sure we can discuss command aspirations more once the dinner has begun.
Yes, this is a horrible first impression. I promise you I am not that much of a gunner. And she smiles.
I know nothing what those kind of people are like, honest. I'm going to put this away. Alright, so got some pork and potatoes with some peas and a special Dorian sauce. I did make sure to make you a vegetarian version of the pork for you, Captain Satal. It'll have
Thank
similar flavoring, same profile, but without the meat component of it.
Your consideration is appreciated.
The captain.
Oh, did you want that as well, Commander Atrum? Sorry, I didn't want to. I don't want to impose. I can quickly grab it from the synthesizer.
Pork is fine, thank you.
Okay.
The captain says, I didn't even know you could get non-synthesized meat until I was probably 18 or so at the academy. It doesn't come up often on starships.
There's a few merchants that came with the expedition. They brought some stuff for trying to sell and stuff, and well, since they haven't found any planets lately, they've been selling to the station, which for pretty good prices. Not like fire sale, but I save a few credits here or there off of it.
It has improved morale to a noticeable degree.
Hard to be mad when you're well fed.
Speaking of which, Atrum, or Commander, get with me tomorrow and I'll give you access to some of the morale funds to go see what this is about. See what you can get for us.
Atrum smiles and she says, yes, back home there are quite a few vendors in the meat industry. Not without contention, of course, but many people quite enjoy it.
I'll make some
If we
introductions.
can, I would appreciate that.
Yeah, I'll make some introductions.
And I would thank you. And and you know, she takes a bite and she says, I would consider spending more to enhance, while we have it, enhance the physical fitness facilities aboard our ship. While they are currently more than satisfactory, I believe this impromptu fitness group might be more permanent than that, and we may need some extra equipment if we can find the storage space for it.
The captain looks like is gonna give a quip, but then face kind of goes sour. You know, kind of fork plays with the food a bit and says, we should probably keep some in reserve. Probably gonna end up having to buy someone back.
Is that what this meeting is about?
I don't know that Captain Satal have you seen my reports of the slavers? I couldn't imagine that's your problem.
I have read the reports, but not made it my business, as it does not at the present concern me.
Very hard
It's
to
something
solve
to
a
be aware
slaving
of.
problem in a stationary place.
Commodore's
At
been
least
working
the
with
stationary place.
the Commodore's been working with the captain of the Haida the last while. I think they're slaver hunting these days. Not what they thought they were going to be doing out here, but here we are.
It's the most rewarding work in Starfleet, ever.
Also the most frustrating.
Yeah. No, my business is somewhat more mundane.
Oh, I don't like it when you say that.
Have correlated several reports of religious experiences and shared audiovisual hallucinations that seem to have peaked at the arrival of the Bonaventure and are still broadly emanating.
I have
from
I
the
have a
documentation.
guess. Might even see the captain gets up and goes to the phone and calls to the Bonaventure.
Who is... Well, we know it's going to be a junior of the Bonaventure, so...
Deca. I don't want to, sideline him completely.
Could be Deca, actually. This could be your turn to supervise for a bit on the Bonaventure.
Yeah, that's fine by me.
Because you're probably not on the main skeleton crew. It's more of a, okay, Ensign, no, yes, you did that right, but you need to do this first. Then you can do that. Oh,
The
I understand.
designated save the crewman from save the ensign from having a heart attack because he thinks he did something wrong.
Yeah. Is the captain
Yep.
going to be mad? No. I mean, if I let you do it, he would have been mad, but no, you'll be fine.
You misfiled a PQRN form, Ensign. It's not the end of the world. It's just annoying.
Yeah.
Takes 15 minutes to correct.
And that's when you see a beep, 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 beep coming from the CO chair, which the ensign looks at you with mild alarm as you're the ranking officer, and they kind of hope you're going to grab it.
He knows, and he's here to yell at you, Ensign.
I'll take care of this. Lieutenant Deca here.
Lieutenant, could you examine the gifts we were given from the stone people with your particular expertise, and if you find it likely to be causing distress in people without your abilities, could you isolate them? If that's not the source, you have my permission to find the source, but I think that's the source of the problem that Commodore has just alerted me to. visions and the like.
Problem?
Vision since our arrival.
Huh. I presumably haven't had any visions since our arrival.
Actually, funny thing, you have a pending roll that I've been waiting for you to.
I'm sorry, I had the journal open. I didn't notice that. Okie dokie. I assume psionics focus.
Yep.
I'll spend a momentum. Okay. Okie doke, I get the momentum back. Just come on. Hey, bonus momentum.
Yay.
It's gonna happen occasionally. Did I feel that just this second, or was that something I had experienced before?
Something that kind of, like, as your attention's brought to it, you just kind of feel it at the edge. Like, you weren't conscious of it, right, until you were thinking about it.
Okay. Here's a question. Here's my question with my bonus momentum. Do I get the impression that this is a vision whose nature is actively, like, it's actively changing to fit my perception? Like, it's knowingly changing to fit my perception? Or is this just how I'm perceiving it is unique to me? Because this is how I'm perceiving it. If that makes sense? Okay, I have the beholder. Cool. Well,
Generally a thing that actually does cause psionic problems.
Yep, yeah. Ha ha ha. Wrong system.
Sure.
Well, Captain, now that it's been brought to my attention, I did just experience a small psychic event. Based on my own experience, I likely had a unique vision from any other psionic individuals, but I don't think that's due to an active effort on the part of the phenomenon. I believe it's more to do with how my particular psionic field perceives it.
All right. I'll expect
Your
report,
Medusa, bro.
by next shift.
Yes, of course, Captain. And as soon as the call is, as soon as the call is closed, Deca will inquire with an ensign, where are the items recovered from our latest away mission?
Cargo Bay 4, Lieutenant.
Great. I will need someone to bring me down to them then.
Deca gets carried down. how's the dinner going? Because that's probably another scene when
yeah.
Deca gets down there.
The captain will turn back from the comms and say, well, if your problem's not solved in the next few minutes, it'll probably be handled by tomorrow. If it's not a quick fix the way I expect it to be, I'll probably request to evacuate the Bonaventure and this docking arm.
I do not believe it is that high of a cause for concern at this moment. Right now, it appears to be people experiencing a religious phenomena, which, once a suitable explanation has been found, can most often be easily circumvented by the proper educational materials.
The captain will throw a glance to the other two people like, yeah, that's not gonna work. And then say, perhaps, Captain, but in my experience, those without a natural form of defense against extra perceptory phenomena are not good at encountering it.
That I do believe is an accurate assessment.
So, let's give the ensign time to get us some answers, but if the answers indicate so, I think we do treat it like a public health crisis.
Of course.
But it's your station. I'll advise, but I can't force your hand here.
I thought it best to at least bring the situation to your attention before taking any overt actions in the matter, in case there was, as there may be here, a simple explanation for the matter.
We has the bottle of port you bought been put on, are people drinking it?
No,
I think so.
Well, port's something you drink at the end of a dinner usually, so it's probably
Okay.
It's probably sitting in a chiller. No, port's drunk warm, so it's probably sitting on a shelf somewhere to kind of. So as the dinner gets to a close, Dana will probably go over to grab it and start pouring out glasses.
I will take a glass, but I will not take a sip.
Well, hold on to that thought, because once the glasses are poured, the captain will raise a glass and say, "To Discovery."
Here, here, Captain.
To Discovery. Okay, I will suck it up and be a big girl and take a big gulp of the port.
It is very earthy and very present, but it's a port.
Very earthy. I know what planet this is from, and it's not a planet that's divine. And she's going to say, well, even if I believe your hypothesis is most likely correct, Tom, but even as Deca resolves creating new cases, we will still have to address what has become of the people who have already been affected by it. You said they're spawning some kind of new religious movement. Do we know much about that yet?
Nothing extensive. I can forward you what I've been informed of so far, though, if you're interested.
I am. It's not necessarily a security crisis, but it's a potential one. Do you think they pose any risk for antisocial behavior?
Not that I'm aware of at this time, but I haven't completed a thorough investigation of the matter, so I cannot say either way for certain.
When when people are exposed to extrasensory phenomenon, they can respond in unpredictable manners. It's not to say that they will be an issue. I was merely it's cause for observation, but not necessarily concern yet.
Anyways, you'll have an answer tomorrow.
Of course, then let us consider the matter no longer at this time.
Yeah, that's Dekka's job.
And delegated.
Diana actually points out, after this, well, I'll probably have a quiet word with the Commodore just to give her a bit of a heads up. That way, no one official is talking to her, and if it turns into something, she's already aware, and if it's nothing, then no one official, had an urgent meeting with the Commodore of the expedition.
Sounds like a
I
great
appreciate
idea.
it.
Did she leave the room to do that?
No, she's after dinner. I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
The captain says, it really is helpful to have someone on the inside.
That's what the Commodore said. Drinks the port.
You see, you see a wide range of facial expressions made by Atrum for the briefest moment before she gets them under control again.
Back on the Bonaventure. Boop, boop, boop.
I guess you could take it.
Polygons are loading.
The only other thing I wanted to say is during the dinner, Atrum will ask if there's been any talk of Tom Juniors or Diana Juniors in the Killick family.
The captain will tell you you're 10 and 15 years too late on the question, but they're away with grandparents while we get settled here.
Oh, you actually do have kids? Oh, then, okay. Well, I presume she would know that and would not have asked the question. Never mind.
Well, you might ask. Maybe that's not something that's come up in casual conversations. Like, oh, you have kids.
Well,
I didn't look up your
Probably
service
not,
record.
Captain.
It almost certainly has.
Oh,
Okay.
I don't think
Yeah.
it's not the kind of thing that just kind of
hey,
never gets brought up.
some people are really private
Well, you
about their
could be a
families.
very absentee father. I don't know.
Wow.
That's an option too, I suppose.
It's also a very Trek option. Let's be completely
That is true, yes.
These aren't.
I mean,
true.
I'm not an admiral yet, but once I'm becoming an admiral, the younger son's probably gonna do crazy shit and have to be chained to a con station for a terrible mission or something.
Mm-hmm.
Oops, wrong one. This one.
Don't worry, Captain. If he's on my ship, I won't treat him any differently.
That's a mistake. That didn't cause any problems at all. That's not going to get you turned into a human future worm.
She says that. She would probably ride him harder because of his last name, but she was not going to tell you that.
So, on the Bonaventure in Cargo Bay 4, Dekka is being carried in by one of the engineering staff. You may activate other supporting characters if you believe anyone came along with Dekka to help him out.
We have 3. Importantly, mechanically, there is a talent which makes a crew support a supporting character no longer cost crew support, and we have 3 characters who are very close. I think Bryn needs 1 value, so which means 2 more activations because he'd need 1 to get the value, 1 to get the talent. Vasic needs a talent, so he would need 2 activations. and I think Fushi as well. Fushi may be the closest. Yeah, Fushi could now take that talent.
Great.
So
I will activate and play Fushi then.
Cool.
That makes
I
sense.
presume- Yeah, because I
Science
presume
officer.
we're about to do some science-related stuff.
I don't know if Winchester, you want to grab one of those who requires 2 activations, because that could get them there then, I guess.
Do I require 2 activations? Aren't I senior
No.
supervisory support?
No, it's a different thing. It's so Fushi is not a supervisory support, I don't think.
No, she is chief science officer, but she's not.
Yeah, because you have to be at least a lieutenant. The character has to be at least a lieutenant commander. To be a supervisory support, I think.
Yeah, so she's a important officer, but she's not a senior. She's of the junior staff.
That being said, her sheet has enough stuff that it might be worth asking. Did you make her as a supervisory support?
I think I did make her as a supervisory support because she was a department head.
Oh well,
yeah,
then
she has 2.
That decides actually. It's because you either build them as support as supervisor or you don't, because they have different they get different budgets.
Yeah. I think it was when we were discussing it. It was that all the department heads should be supervisory.
Yeah.
What Violet was pointing out is I have a talent that means when I activate a supporting character, they get a extra upgrade. As opposed to what I think you were saying, that supervisory supports cost 2 to activate. So those are 2 different things we were talking about. Vasic will show up. I think Vasic, being Vulcan, doesn't mind that as much as the captain gets annoyed that Deca seems to rely on Vasic for mobility too much. I don't think Vasic cares.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Because being a yeoman, these kind of make life easier for those who have a lot of complex, difficult duties is kind of his whole career.
Yeah, and what am I gonna do? Get a robot body?
As soon as the captain can make you do it without getting a formal HR report filed against him.
You pulling anyone, Violet?
I'm checking to see if we have anyone else who I think might be good for this. Not anything relevant.
If we end up having to build anything or do any engineering, Bren wouldn't be terrible, but Vasic has a okay engineering, just no focuses.
Sure, I'll bring in the head nurse.
That was my next thought, was like, she may not be busy, just be looking for something to do.
Yeah.
It's like, I was just farting around in the mid bay doing some stuff. Oh, something's going on? Oh, I'll come by. Sure, why not?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Fushi looks at all of these officers who have shown up and says, "Oh, so I guess I wasn't the only one who thought they might crash Deca's party."
There's only so much jogging and powerlifting one can do.
Vasic says, as far as...
If the exo makes me climb another thing, I will lose it.
Vasic says, as far as overseeing the day-to-day schedule of the captain, I have been outranked.
Well, I know I know we're all enjoying our leave, but I have actually been given a small assignment. We need to get our hands on the artifacts from our most recent away mission.
Fushi looks at their pad to try to determine where that is.
Give me reason plus engineering difficulty of 1. Pretty straightforward. Assisted by computers plus engineering.
Rapid analysis.
Yeah.
All right. I'll spend a momentum.
Say our hands is a bit of a stretch.
It's a figure of speech.
My electromagnetic manipulative abilities. They're happy.
No.
Sorry, the English language assumes one has a human body.
And while they're working at that, Dekka is going to go to Vasek and ask,
Go to Vasek, you're under his arm.
yes. Vasek, have you encountered any psionic visions lately?
Self-induced or
No.
Oh.
External.
Vasek will think on this.
Insight plus medicine difficulty of 2.
Because why leave all of the good substances to the humans?
Yep.
So true.
Science?
Gonna have that vision of Thurak.
Medicine.
You said control medicine.
Insight medicine.
Vasek shares the captain's dislike for medical things.
Could I assist with insight, my own insight medicine?
You could, yeah.
Spending momentum.
Where's my sheet?
In the roll 20.
No, yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Helpful.
There you go. There's your 2.
When you're asked to think on it, you sense that a sonic push of a vision of a giant of a Vulcan walking across a planet's surface, and the reason it doesn't it requires your attention to be brought to it because you have natural sonic barriers that are kind of catching it like so much lint in a trap. It's like your brain just automatically went, no, I don't want to. The same way you tune out random thoughts that people have or things like that.
Yeah, but now that you were consciously looking for it, you kind of had to see it. Got it.
Yeah. And Fushi, you're able to determine that the item in question is this particular crate.
This particular crate? All right, yeah. Fushi, he pulls it down off the shelf and says, I found the box, and thuds it on the ground.
Careful.
I'm being careful. It's hermetically sealed. I don't understand how it could be of any relevance. We've already categorized it.
I was going to ask, weren't these things properly cataloged?
Vasek will ensure that that's been done and do the proper paperwork to get these things where you could just examine them.
Indeed. However, the captain's orders were quite clear. He wants us to give these an examination and see if they have any relevance to the visions we just that I've encountered. That some of us psionically attuned individuals have encountered.
Everyone, fitness plus
difficulty
medicine.
2.
Difficulty 2.
Oh, yay, yippee, yay.
Okay. Fitness medicine. Emergency medicine focus?
No.
This is an emergency, and you are using medicine.
No.
No, probably not. I don't think any of the other ones will work. Bedside manner, nursing, or medical ethics. Yeah, none of those seem relevant. I'll give a threat for a third die.
Boop, boop.
Cool.
So far.
And I believe we generate a bonus momentum off of that from the enduring species ability, but it isn't on his sheet.
I know what you're talking about. Intense, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm rolling a 9 here. I think it's very unlikely I succeed, so I'm just gonna roll, and yeah, that's what I
Oh
expected.
no. Oh no. I'm gonna spend a momentum.
I think we have to resolve what happens here first.
Also, this is a bonus that you generated for the intense, or is it a proper momentum?
Yeah, it's a bonus, I believe.
Okay,
It is.
Okay, that was reserved for Nurse to ask a question after all the rolls are done, so that's not available to the general public. Your roll, do you wish that to be a complication to the failure or just a threat generation?
Sure. Hit me with whatever you got.
Okay. You are looking at what was going to be non-lethal into a lethal potency 4. Sonic burn.
Oh.
Potency 4. Okay, so I can either take 4 burn damage or go down with a lethal injury.
Yep.
I shall take 4 burn damage, and for my sake, what does this represent?
Stress. You're feeling sonic stress from something happening, and your body just isn't your brain is not responding to the strain very well. And actually, your complication was this happened to hit Fushi at just the wrong way that it caused a minor sonic, minor. It could have resulted in minor brain damage, but she has thankfully taken particular medications recently that has helped her withstand this damage, whereas your average ensign might have gone down bleeding from the nose.
So, but what does that like? Is this just like a bad headache, or am I like actually hallucinating?
I will once I resolve everyone's roll. I'll explain.
Sorry.
Yeah, because it's happening to all 4 of you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead. I was gonna say, I'll make the roll. Could I possibly pitch you just the trait of Medusan?
Yes, you could actually, because Medusans naturally have a better. That's your basic defenses you would have just as a psionic species.
Yeah, the species talent begins with the phrase, "You have no physical form, but your mind is powerful indeed."
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Still gonna spend a momentum though, because this isn't my best stat spread. I do have a psionics focus though.
Yep.
Everyone dumps medicine.
I do have good medicine. It's just my fitness isn't great.
I think people would learn around me.
Because
Hang
you're
on.
here. It's not our problem.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I have
You
the
didn't go
best.
to med school. You did.
Hang on, I have the best
Oh,
value
yeah,
that I'm gonna
that.
pull on for this. I would like to spend to the value. Be not afraid.
Yes, 100%.
Oh, that's fun.
100%.
To re-roll my pool. I'm gonna give you 2 threat.
Vasek.
I would like to suggest that Vasek's value, always a helping hand, is holding him back because he's more concerned with getting the lieutenant to safety than focusing on this problem.
I would agree. I would.
And I would prefer to take. Actually, I think it's my choice. I'd like to comply.
Well, I'll tell you the because I think I get to tell you the price, and you get to decide whether you like that price or not. But let's make sure, because different.
Oh yeah, it says discuss with your game master how this should play out. Once finished, gain one determination.
So you could fight against it, or if you comply, basically this will. What I'll treat it as is I'll actually let you wipe out Dekka's complication, because you will have helped Dekka kind of. Once you notice some level of distress is happening, Vasic may, instead of concentrating on his own mental defenses, will get Dekka away from the danger.
Point out, I think Dekka's been set down. Vasic was next to Fushi, and that's who I meant, because Fushi was the one who's gone down.
I haven't gone down. I've just taken 4 stress.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you took a lethal injury.
No.
You always get the option. It was 4 stress
Okay,
or
you're
lethal
right,
injury, and
Okay.
I've learned from my mistakes. I did not take the lethal injury.
You're right. Go ahead.
You learned from your
go ahead
mistakes?
And that Vasic is next to Dekka.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking that you could, if you comply, you might scoop Dekka and run him out. Like it's you feel psychic pulse. You're like, oh no, I need to prioritize the person I'm taking care of because they can't run. Like they can't run away without imperiling the whole ship. Now the downside of that is you will fail and take the damage. However, you're looking at 4 non-lethal because you didn't take.
How does Vulcan interact with that since there's no task?
Well, there would normally be a task. You're just choosing to fail to help Dekka because you're acting to your value. You're prioritizing Dekka over yourself.
Yeah. I guess I'm asking, since the trait can't apply to difficulty, can it apply to like resistance?
Oh yeah, you could take 3 instead of 4. Yeah.
Okay. We will do that.
So it's ow, 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 grab, run out, haul, ow, 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 sort of feeling. So now I'll describe, and the reason that I want to make sure I describe to all of these because one of you has a momentum floating that could ask a question. So all 4 of you, the crate's put down. You start talking among yourselves about it, and it's like, okay, let's get ready to do this. Let's check it out. Let's do some scans, and then, bam. You all feel this slap in the brain of a overwhelming vision that tries to unify into a cohesive message for all 4 of you. The problem is you're all very different species from each other, so it's causing this sort of sonic whiplash effect that is not healthy, because if it was just a bunch of scions in the room, it would harmonize automatically. Because your natural defenses would click in and defend your brains and find a way to click it in. But neither the nurse nor the lieutenant are scion or scion trained. So you have this big wave of sonic energy hitting against, a cliff face and then an open beach. Like it doesn't land flush. And what you're seeing is a sort of distorted image of a giant of a person in a massive. Some of you succeeded. Who succeeded? Those who failed.
The nurse succeeded.
Those who failed get this very garbled message. You just get this intense headache because it doesn't make sense. Like you're seeing a human, Vulcan, dog, Medusan hybrid. Like it's like your brain goes, that can't be real. That must be a hallucination, and that's just causing an intense like, ow. That's very confusing. For Fushi, it just happened to hit just the wrong way, but she has already taken some medicine recently because you guys have run into some psionic stuff recently, and she has a medical thing on file that says, hey, by the way, I'm somewhat sensitive psychically. It's like, okay, well, here, we just give you a quick vaccine, and next time it happens, you'll be fine. Which, hey, good thing she did. For those who made it, the message is a lot more cohesive, which I believe that is Dekka and the nurse, Krasis, Thasos, we'll go. Yeah, both Dekka and the nurse see a giant of a person who does sort of shift, and your psychic brains are the psychic. Well, your brain is able to coalesce it into a dream state where that's how your brain's able to kind of make it make sense. Where the person is shifting species. They're all in various different ways, and it shows this person getting into a very a large watercraft of some kind in a river, rowing very, very hard, and then they go so fast they look like one of those orbital shuttles as they suddenly arc up off the water and up into the stars. You may ask a question, nurse, because you get a bit of insight into your vision.
Is this a story about an individual?
Yes.
Hmm.
And just as suddenly as it happened, it pulsed, and then poof, the vision goes away. So it happens in like the span of like a few seconds.
You like fade back into reality and see like Fushi is like clutching her head and swearing furiously in Nobulin for a moment.
I lose two.
Are you all right?
Yes, I'm fine. I apologize for losing my composure. I was overwhelmed with ESP noise.
It was certainly disturbing.
Decca's little viewport on Decca's box is thrumming with a sort of off rhythm beat. AKA the special effects people put a different lighting thing inside of it for like the couple of shots that this is.
It's actually a lava lamp from a 70s store.
Yeah, right.
Are you all right, Lieutenant?
I believe I will be fine. That was a powerful psionic wave. We should reach out to the station and make sure that no one else was negatively affected.
Agreed.
I can handle command coordination if you'd like me to leave you here.
Yes, if you could take care of that, yeoman, that would be great.
As Vasek gets ready to go, I'll turn around and say, don't forget the Scion emergency protocol and the comms places over there. Just like, these are all the things you need to know as junior officers who sometimes make mistakes about where you need to go and what you need to do if this problem gets worse.
Yep.
But don't let me tell you your job. I'm only a yeoman.
Yep.
As I fish for a roll.
What are you hoping to achieve?
To create a trait that if something goes wrong, again, they're better prepared because someone whose job it is to coordinate has told them, here's the emergency procedure. Here's where you're supposed to go. Who you're supposed to contact.
Presence command, difficulty 2. Less you commanding people, more you reminding people, hey, by the way, here's what, just reminding you of what you can and can't do.
We'll use one of these gained determination on I've got time to do this right.
Yeah.
And the focus of Starfleet protocols.
100%.
We'll leave those 2 gained on the in the momentum pile for these juvenile officers to make use of.
Juvenile officers, very good.
You're very young. You're very junior.
Where is Vasek headed?
Is there any penalty from trying to coordinate this over here, or would Vasek think the bridge is the place to be?
Depends what you're trying to do.
Update the station on the situation and coordinate with them in case they want the ship evacuated or they want the arm evacuated.
Phone could do it. Phone will work just fine.
Okay, then he'll go over there and make the calls.
It's not a phone, it's a comm panel.
That's true.
I think we did say it has like a phone receiver on it. It just does more than a 20th century telephone does.
There's like a video function. There's like a little screen, so you can show like little recorder readings on it and stuff.
Because whether the technology is different or not, having a thing that goes up to your ear and a thing that goes to your mouth is actually not going to change technologically.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. I'm sorry. I was being a pedant jokingly, but I concede the point.
But comm unit's probably more accurate. It's like, it's a phone. It's more than just a phone. There's more to it.
Mother, it's more than a phone.
So yeah, while
that's an integrated ship's communications panel.
My God.
So Vasek goes over to the comm unit. What are the rest of you doing?
If only I hadn't been jogging around the station so much lately, perhaps I would have been better able to withstand that.
Well, no point in thinking about the what if. We should see if this item has anything to do with it. Do I get any feelings from this box?
For momentum, I can answer that. Oh, actually, no, I can't.
Sure.
I'm sorry. No, I'll still charge a momentum. Why not? Let's not be picky. You sense that the pulse did come from the box. But it didn't feel like, you know for certain that these items are not sonically active, because you would have felt that with them near you. Like during the away mission, you would have felt it. If an item is like, someone might look at you as a box and go, "Huh, that's a box." But if they're psychic, to go, "There's somebody in there." Like it'd just be as obvious as me being able to see the color green. Like I can tell that's green because I can see color.
Right.
These didn't have color. Now they do have color. But it's almost like it's filtered. Like it's like seeing it through a bit of plastic, colored plastic.
Okay. So there is definitely a presence.
Yes.
There's definitely a psionic presence within that box.
I'll actually highlight insight plus, call this science difficulty 2.
Okay, psionics focus.
Yeah, 100%.
Can I assist?
100%.
As I'm talking to the lieutenant about this science problem.
Yeah. I'll spend a momentum for a third.
Boop, boop, boop.
Rapid analysis, GM.
Yes.
I've actually got a pretty good thing for this.
Yeah, she'll say,
Hey.
Lieutenant, I see a potential bright future of your career as a science officer. So, let me ask you, when confronted with a situation like this, what are the questions we ask of the phenomenon?
Repeat the question.
She's trying to help, as a slightly more senior officer, she's trying to help you, guide you through it. I was just narrativizing what the assist is.
Yes. I think. And I'm gonna hang on. First and foremost. Hey, bonus momentum. I see. I understand. Um, it would appear that this item is not truly psionic itself. Um, Instead, it's acting as a repeater of sorts, a relay for another psionic force.
How are we telling that?
I am. Based on my own psionic reaching out to it, presumably.
Okay, okay. In character, she will say, uh, "Are you sure of that, Lieutenant?"
I am able to project my own psionic force outward towards it, and instead of reaching an intelligence directly, I can somewhat feel my own presence being extended out through it. It is a
This is-
relay.
They told us this was a gift. Why would a gift? This has to be unintentional.
It could be, it could not be. But the good news is, this means that with the proper shielding, it should hopefully pose no greater threat. And doing so would be ethical. We wouldn't be locking a sentient being in a box.
Although it is probably worth investigating what it
Perish
is
the
the
thought.
relay for.
Yeah, they they chose that sentence very specifically.
She understood. She understood what you were putting down.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hang on. I do have a question. Do I get the feeling that this presence that is reaching out through this relay here, do I get the feeling that it is like actively choosing to do so, or is this like unintentional? Like it's found this relay and it's trying to push through to reach out, or is this just it's like holding a mirror up to the sun and reflecting the light in someone's eyes just by virtue of it's a bright thing. Okay.
Oops.
Oh, I see. As it would stand, I think that what we might be dealing with is a wider range psionic broadcast. Likely, likely separate from this artifact itself. The fact that we were here in the room with this artifact is likely what caused the intense distress. We were standing next to an amplifier, as it were.
Well, then let's get working on shielding this and make our report to the captain. Well, your report to the captain, Lieutenant.
Commodore
Indeed.
Hearn here. Bonaventure. What's your status?
We're in the cargo bay. How are we hearing this call?
Because Vasek is talking to the
Okay, gotcha.
Commodore on
Okay.
the comm set. Commodore, this is Yeoman Vasek.
When you say that, Fushi head on a swivel turns around to the other side of the room to see what on earth who you're talking to on the other end of the line. Yeah.
I've been directed by Lieutenant Deca to inform you there's been a psychic event on the Bonaventure that might have caused distress among the crew and or the station. while investigating distresses that might have been caused since the Bonaventure's arrival. Lieutenant Deca is currently leading a team to investigate, but desires your advice if emergency procedures should be taken.
Plus the station. Da, da, da. Okay. Noted on the your report has been noted. I'm going to brief the other captains present about your situation. Check the computer. It does seem like there is not a wider event other than a general religious fervor, if you will, here on the station, but nothing that seems to correlate with what's going on your ship. For now, I'm going to recommend a yellow alert until you report the situation resolved.
Aye, Commodore. And Vasek will turn to Deca and then actually turn to Fushni because although it's Deca's mission, it's not Deca's ship because he's not a lieutenant. And say, Lieutenant Fushni, Commodore suggests yellow alert.
That sounds like a good idea. Implement yellow alert.
Vasek does
Can
nothing.
you say that? Vasek directed that at me because I outranked you.
Oh, whoops.
That being said, Deca might have assumed that I said it to Deca because Deca doesn't have eyes and a head. Right. It might be difficult to tell that I said that to you because I didn't say Fushi. I just said Lieutenant.
It's up to you if you said that or not.
No, I wouldn't have.
Okay.
I think Deca would have had enough situational awareness.
Mm-hmm. Then she'll flip up the comm and say, Fushi to bridge.
Bridge here. Go ahead, Lieutenant.
Bring us a yellow alert, please.
Is this a drill, Lieutenant? You see the lights flick on the moment they ask.
This is not a drill. I'm currently in the middle of something. I do not believe it to be that urgent yet, but I shall report more formally to you in a moment. And she'll close the comm without saying anything, and then say, okay, Deca, with your knowledge of psionics, what would be the safest way and most effective way to seal this thing?
Well,
we have half of the known materials in the universe located within this room.
Indeed. Humorously enough, I believe a similar enclosure to the one that I currently reside would actually be suitable with some minor adjustments.
Out of character, is that just like a thing we can replicate, or is this like a prolonged industrial process to make?
There's types of hazardous material type containers. Some that are more specialized than others for certain types of things. So basically, Deca's in a version of a sonic object containment unit. It's just that the difference is that his has a viewport so he can see out. Normally, you don't care if some sonic is stuffed in the box and sealed up. It doesn't need to see, or you don't want it to. His is like, no, this is meant for you to interact with the world. It's a mobile version of the same. It's the same tech. We just add interface modules to it so you can interact with the outside world. That's the same idea.
Okay,
it's probably sitting around in the cargo bay somewhere.
I was just going to say, I presume Fushi's going to say, yes, they should be on row 4, aisle 3, and she shall endeavor to find one.
Insight, you do not have enough momentum. You need at least 2, so you'll have to search for it.
And of course, it's not in the spot it's supposed to be in. I will have to talk to the deck officer.
It's always in the last place you look.
We'll call it insight or reason plus engineering, assisted by structure engineering of the ship. As you say, computer, where is this thing?
We're returning from a
Deca-
cruise. It's
Uh,
things get more and more disorganized the longer a ship is out of port.
I'm
Uh,
rocking a 14
That's
on that.
why we brought more port for the
what's
ship.
Vasek has a 13, but I think has a focus.
Yeah, that was what I was gonna say. You might have a focus.
Narratively,
So-
I think Fushi is going to be chastising whichever deck officer's responsibility it is for this to be in the right spot, and so is not actively looking for it anymore.
Probably goes to the phone to yell at somebody.
Wants to use the focus organization.
Yeah.
Someone's mad.
And the value, always a helping hand.
Yep.
Still 2 successes.
Yep. Still succeed.
Oh, was that you assisting?
No. Value spend, right? So one of the dice was set aside.
Oh, okay. Okay, then I'm gonna roll. I do not focus in this. But I generate momentum.
It's not a comp.
Yep.
Yeah, so you are able... So because you succeeded, I basically treated the difficulty as replacing the opportunity cost. So you generate the momentum as... Instead of spending opportunity of, we have good momentum, it's just right here. That was easy, as opposed to, where is
We
it?
created an advantage.
Hold on,
Yeah.
let me grab a pad. Ship, where is... Okay, it's over here. No, it's not there, it's over here. There it is, it's up there. Gets a ladder, climbs up, grabs the box. And you return.
This is the
box
funny.
in
This is
hand.
the funny thing. The funny thing where they accidentally take the wrong box back up to the bridge.
For some reason, he goes
Yeah,
to
they
the
take
bridge
the
for
psionic
no reason.
containment unit rather than the psionic.
Oh, that's what you're saying.
Lieutenant.
It's just, man, Deca's been quiet.
That's why they put the little ribbon with the rank thing on it, so they know it's like no, it's marked. It's ribbons on it.
That's
This
a
box is a lieutenant. Remember that.
that's a sentient.
Sentient box. They have so many thoughts.
They have so many thoughts in that little cuboid form.
Yeah, no, you have in your possession a sonic containment box, and it's fairly sizable. You could probably fit everything in the crate into this box because they're all just tools, right? So.
Very well. Let's place these items in there for the time being. We may wish to remove them from containment for brief periods. I do have a thought. I may be able to use the extending quality, the psionic extending quality of these objects, and my own ability to discern distance and spatial placement in order to attempt to triangulate the location of this, well, for lack of a better term, psionic broadcast.
Yeah, it seems like a fine term to me.
However, before I endeavor with that, I should make a report into the captain before taking on what is, to say the least, likely a risky line of inquiry.
Well, good luck with your...
stops her heated conversation to say, "Good plan," and continues talking to the deck officer.
Probably has the receiver in hand, walks away, holding it out for a second. Good plan. Walks back to the comm panel. Now
Yeah.
look.
So at some point, Deca is gonna attempt to get a hold of the captain with a report in.
Okay, before I end the scene, because that's probably because the next scene is going to be you contacting them. Are the items contained, or are they left where they are?
I'd say they're contained.
As far as I know, I thought that's what we were doing.
Yeah.
I was confirming because I heard there was chatter there of, well, we might want to do experiments with them. Like, well, hold on. So are you putting them in the box or not?
For the time being, putting them in the box. We do not want to get whammied again.
All right. So, boop, and boop. So, Captain, you get a comms call from Deca. But I imagine someone on the station staff. Well, actually, two things happen probably right next to each other. First, you were made aware from the station operations to pick up a receiver from wherever you are, and then when you pick it up, you're advised that your ship is currently under yellow alert. More details to follow.
The captain will say, "Tell them I'm on my way." And he'll turn to Captain Sutal and say, "Captain, I think you're needed in operations. Atrum to the ship with me."
Noting the shift to last name, she'll say, "Aye, sir."
Actually, Killick never used Atrum's first name because his stated preference was only when it's just you and me, and Sutal was here, but was not going to show visible annoyance when you did, because there was no reason to bring down the mood.
Atrum and I interpreted that to mean not in front of other junior officers. But
it's definitely not a I am the captain, these are the rules. It was a
preference.
This is my interpretation of professional decorum, but I'm not gonna this is not a thing to chastise over.
Like, I'm not gonna write you up for it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's not gonna do that. It's just a personal preference. So there may have been minor annoyance, but he's never gonna bring it up.
Mm-hmm. And I will never know.
And as you're on your
the telepath will never detect minor annoyance.
I intentionally do not actively read the thoughts of my superior. That's so many violations. Anyways.
As you're making your way toward the docking arm, you get another ping from station operations. Station operations to Captain Killick. Please go to your nearest receiver.
I just used the personal communicator.
They don't route it to you. They don't route it to you. You open your communicator and nothing happens. It just beeps at you, wondering what you want it to do.
I can get to the ship if you want to take this, sir.
No, that's what I'm going. I mean, yes, I am going. I understand they did not call me on my personal communicator, but I am going to call them back.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like
single hallway.
Sorry, my brain had a weird image of you hearing a page over at airport comms, and then you pull out your cell phone and go, "I wonder where they're going to call me." It's like, why would they call you on your cell phone? It's like, no, I'll call them. Oh, that makes sense. That makes total sense. Never mind.
Yeah, because I don't want to be glued to that wall.
That's funny.
So yeah, it's like walk, flick. Some people look at you as you're walking through the halls, but you're not the only person who's working and talking at the same time. And then this is station operations patching in Lieutenant Junior Grade Deca from the Bonaventure. Go ahead, Lieutenant.
Captain, I have an update for you.
Go ahead.
We have determined that the items in cargo bay do indeed have a psionic component to them. They are not sentient. They instead act as a psionic range extender that are picking up a psychic broadcast from elsewhere and broadcasting it into the surrounding space. Using containment units similar to my own, we have shielded them for the time being. However, I find myself very curious as to this broadcast's origin.
Very good.
And note, Deca has not yet explained the yellow alert.
I'll be on the bridge in a few minutes. Start preparing that report and send it to me and the Commodore and Captain Satal.
Before that, I will say, in order to attempt to pinpoint this, I may need to take the items out of containment.
You're
do I have...
way ahead of yourself, Lieutenant. We'll discuss that in a few minutes.
All right.
Yeah, no, I was thinking Killick was about to say something like, I know you're going to be excited to look into this, but give it a moment. And then you beat him to the punch of explaining how excited you are to touch the thing that's going to cause a bunch of problems.
Yep.
With no one senior present and without having written any reports to anyone. Yes. Yep. Don't do that.
Yep. Yep. Understood, Captain. I'll see you on the bridge.
Understood. Killick out.
And Deca will say over to whoever, to presumably Fushi or who or the nurse. I will need some help back up to the bridge.
That's Vasik's job. He'll take you.
Well, Vasik already left, didn't he?
Did he?
Or no, he did that at a wall terminal thing. Never mind. Vasik.
Your communicator chirps at you, Captain. Like you close it and then chirps at you afresh.
Oh,
You're one popular man this hour.
I give a look of, I wouldn't be saying, I give a look at hold the thought, because the person I'm expecting this call to, you don't want to have loose conversation around.
Commodore Hearn to Captain Killick.
Yep, a knowing look.
Are you there, Captain?
This is Killick.
I presume you've been made aware already, but I recommended your ship go to yellow alert. Seems to be some sort of situation over there. Have you been briefed already?
Yes, Commodore. We have the proximate cause and a plan for the ultimate cause, but I bet it's pretty risky and that there are not appropriate facilities. You should be seeing a report soon. My probable recommendation is dispatching us to an unpopulated world, or perhaps at least further out into deep space. But those are just some top-of-the-head theories until you get your head wrapped around the report.
Give me a preliminary report of the first contact with the situation, and give me an evaluation of risk factor. If this is just if this stays at a blue or yellow status, I'd rather not have you zip away right now. We don't want to alarm the civilian populace here on station. But if it is an intense yellow or red, then I'm going to have Captain Satal send you some coordinates to perform some shakedown exercises for the ship, which will, if I don't need to do that and have that conversation with the various captains who are watching us watching your ship's movements. I'd rather not have to, but if we have to, then we have to. So let me know as soon as you know more, Captain.
The captain goes, I know it's on your calendar, but this is going to be related to that classified briefing that I need to give you in person.
When it rains, it
'Cause
pours. Yeah,
I don't think the captain has had the chance yet to tell her the thing that he
No.
has
She was busy.
taken great pains to ensure that only him and the doctor are aware of.
I will. Once we have situation green, I will come and meet you on the ship. And
The flag is always happy to have the Commodore.
Good luck, Captain. Commodore out.
Captain says, if you ever get annoyed that you gotta jump out of my chair when I come on the bridge, well, you're about to see me get annoyed and then I gotta jump out of mine.
He doesn't know how to process that comment, so she just says, "Aye, sir."
The captain says, I'm going to handle the situation from the bridge. You grab Deca and anyone else you think necessary, and you investigate this at its source. I don't think we should be in the same place at the same time to preserve chain of command, continuity of command, and I don't have any of the skills to determine the problem, only to react to it.
She nods her head and says, "I was thinking something similarly." I will say, though, investigating the problem will be difficult if it cannot be released from its containment unit. We will have to workshop solutions with Deca. We may have to replicate an even larger holding unit that could fit researchers within.
Captain says, don't open it yet, but I've already primed the Admiral to be able to agree to my plan, the plan that I'm certainly you're going to suggest to me.
She smiles a little bit and says, "I understand, sir."
So you both board. Killick heads to the bridge, I believe. I believe Deca was meeting him there. Where's Atrum going?
Yeah, at the fork in the hallway, she says, "Good luck, sir," and takes a turn towards the cargo bay.
Okay.
I'm not gonna hide that I was going to meet Deca on the bridge, and that you're gonna want to talk to him too.
Okay. Well, I was thinking. Okay, so I can follow you to the bridge, and then I can take Deca down. Sure.
Yeah.
So she starts to head away, and then remembers Deca's on the bridge and turns back around.
The captain enters the bridge and focuses straight on Deca and says, Lieutenant, do you have that report?
Yes, I do.
The captain is going to read everything that's happened, at least according to Deca's perspective.
And they tell him everything.
The description of these visions, does it fit with the description of the creator?
Insight plus science. Difficulty of 2.
They want me to take a crack at that?
I'll do it because Killick's rolling the report, and we'd like to get Killick to roll tonight. I've rolled. Killick hasn't done anything.
All of the other characters keep increasing in size. Atrum is like shrunk compared to them. Oh no, now we're the same size. Okay.
Watch out on that ego, Commander.
Oh my god. Can I assist, assuming that
There, you feel better? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, oh my god.
It's like the giant Spock.
Can I assist with
Oh my God,
insight
that's-
security as I read the report and discuss it with him?
Yep.
Awesome.
I would like to use the value. The Federation's needs are my command because Killick doesn't like dealing with psionics. But he has a responsibility to investigate this for the safety of the crew.
Yep.
Oh, Captain, you're in a Corbinian game. I
Should have just taken up piracy.
yeah.
It's part of the hero's journey is to reject the call to adventure, okay?
Well, that's why I gave the captain the value the Federation's needs for my command, because it's not a captain that wants to be out here looking at weird planets, but he does want to do what the Federation thinks needs to be done because he likes the Federation. So that is 2.
Plus infinite diversity, infinite combinations. Like, hey, let's get it. We don't necessarily need to send a bunch of psychic cheerleaders to go look at weird stuff. We could have people who are doubtful. Why? Different perspective.
And that was done with the intentions of a callback to episode 5, where we the captain had to scan and go down to a planet he really didn't think we needed to be going down to, but kind of needed to because it was what the Federation wanted.
Yep. I follow that logic.
Yay! Another arc. Ooh.
It's almost like the seasons tied together somewhat.
Yeah. I just, professional gamesmanship here of 2 arcs in 7 episodes.
Oh my god. Way to rub it in.
Yeah.
I did the intentionally non-power game thing and did not spend the first 5 rep roll on a increase to 5 rep, and my next rep roll after that I got 4 rep, I think, but if I would have had a reputation of 5, I would have gotten 8.
Okay.
Oh,
so I have been punished.
Are you taking into account that your second arc should cost 4, not 3?
Different values.
Oh,
It's
you're
not the same
right.
value.
You're right.
Yeah, you get the arc tracker for every value is different, yeah.
You're right. So when you consider what you learned about the creator that was told to you about the Stone Folk, and what you understand about basic theological structures and various xenological examinations of such things and supernatural sonic beings, it doesn't quite add up to their creator being. The language, and even a quick glance at the language database gives you the sense that the creator being is a lot more abstract than that. The vision seems to be describing a concrete individual of spiritual importance. So probably more akin to a saint or hero, if you were going to make a theological equivalent.
I'll note my observations down and say, Lieutenant, you're with the commander. You have my permission to investigate and prepare. You have my permission to prepare to investigate. You do not have permission to open that containment unit until the order is given.
Understood.
Yeah. As I walk over and take Deca from Vasek.
No, mine. Sorry.
Okay.
No, post security. Let's go.
and-
Fight you for it. No.
Okay, and we're going down here. And once the turbolift doors close, she's going to say, reading the report, you did a good job there. You handled the situation exactly as you were supposed to.
Thank you.
As you notice, Commander Atrim is still in dress. Is still in dress setup, medals and all.
Was there some sort of an occasion that I wasn't aware of?
Captain of the station and the captain of the and Captain Killick and I were attending a dinner. We were drinking Tellarite port and discussing some of the latest events aboard the station.
Ah, I see.
She opens her mouth to ask if Deca has wine opinions, and then remembers you don't have a mouth or a tongue or taste buds or a digestive tract, and she closes it and not knowing what to say, says nothing.
Someone remembered their xenological cultural safety courses. So the two of you rapidly get down to cargo bay.
Okay, and we're hoofing it over to the box.
The box does not move.
Okay, we need to brainstorm solutions about. And when she says we, she means you, because she does not have a strong base or grounding in science. And she says, we need to brainstorm solutions for how to study this thing without being exposed to its effects. My initial thought is to essentially synthesize and fabricate an even larger containment unit, one large enough to contain people, an airlock of some sort, and scientific instruments. That way, research could be conducted without it being affecting the whole sector of space.
I may have an idea, depending. Me check something. Here's a thought. We might want to request permission to use either one of the modular cargo bays or modular laboratories on the Wolastoq.
Can you say that out loud?
Yeah.
She says, if this thing is having the effect it's having, I don't know if it is wise to bring it aboard the Wolastoq and not keep it aboard the ship. In fact, depending on how things go, we might be departing from the station in the interest of safety.
That's true.
Are the
question then
are the laboratory spaces aboard our ship truly not sufficient enough to study this thing?
Yeah, then the question to our dear GM is, what would the cost be of setting up a lab space here on the ship versus like a psionically sealed lab here on the ship to as opposed to doing one on as opposed to doing one on the station? Like, what would be the difference in cost?
2 opportunity on board your ship versus the 1 off of the station. It's cheaper for them to make science labs than it is for you.
Mhm.
You could also.
Okay.
Sorry, I can do it 2 ways. It would either be 2 opportunity to convert the cargo bay without moving the box at all. You just make the cargo bay the new space for it, or you can take it to a science. You could walk it to a science lab and then transform the science lab into that type of facility. But it's 2 opportunity either way.
Yeah. I think probably the best bet would be to move it up to a lab. The only issue is we don't have that kind of... We don't have those resources. I guess the question then is, I want to try to devise a method by which the 2 of us, as psionically. Oh yeah.
I will point out opportunity. I just double checked. Opportunity is an immediate, so it can be paid for with threat.
Okay, that might be. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I'll give 2 threat.
And you're converting science lab into sonic studies.
And hopefully the goal is that with our respective psionic talent combined with my knack for determining where thing is, I can pinpoint this thing.
So you walk it up to science lab, I presume?
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't, but...
Yeah, I suppose I'm asking the wrong person. Atrim, do you walk it up?
Do I do what, sir?
Do you walk up the containment unit to the science lab?
Do I possess the physical... I don't know how much these things weigh in relative terms. Do I possess the physical strength to pick up both of these things?
It'd be a bit cumbersome to have one under each arm. It'd be easier if you stacked one on top of the other.
She's going to say, Atrim, would you be offended... Or, Tekka, would you be offended if I put you on top of the other box and carried the 2 of you under my arms?
Not in the least. It's not too much different from, any other time I have to be moved around.
Aww.
He says very well, and then stacks you like a crate, and lifts up the 2 of them with her impressive strength and begins walking. You know, and today was supposed to be my rest day for my muscles, but...
Plus side, Dekka's crate just weighs the same amount as a crate with nothing in it, because they're energy-based.
Oh, okay.
Which is awkward in its own way, because it's like, the bottom box has weight, the top box kind of rocks around a little bit. Like, right.
Yeah,
He doesn't
mm-hmm.
He's a ball of energy,
By the way,
right?
crewman, I know we're at yellow alert, but you can't be standing around in the center of the hallway.
Do you need any help with that?
Yep.
No. Shoo.
No. Get to your stations.
Do you call anyone to the science lab to assist you?
With my science 1, she's going to say, who would be of most use to assist you, Dekka? Lieutenant Fushi? Another officer?
I would say, Fushi would be the best, selection. Yes.
Very well. Then, Atrim to captain.
I feel like if you feel it's fair, I feel like it's fair that you've gotten to the point where if the captain sets you on a thing like this, you can just get someone.
All right.
So long as you're not contradicting directly. Like if he said, I'm going to have to use Fushi, you go do this other thing. Unless he says something like that, you can just give the order.
You just summon people.
Okay.
You are the XO. So.
Then she will step over to the computer and ping the science officer's computer display and say, report to report to a science lab to assist myself and Dekka.
All right.
You know, not even calling, just a quiet thing.
Fushi will make his way down there then.
As Fuchi sees
Looking
immediately
spry
that
as ever, Lieutenant. I hope you're ready, because after we solve this problem, we're running that 5K tomorrow.
Oh.
Oh.
As a senior officer, it's important that you set an example for your junior officers.
Oh.
Boy.
I am sure it is, Commander.
She smiles and says, "All right, the three of us have to brainstorm a way to investigate this thing without opening the box that prevents us from investigating it."
No pressure.
I think my headset cut out for a second there.
Perhaps, did you say something?
No, I just had no audio and it like clicked. It was weird.
Oh,
Anyway.
I think we're all considering what to do next.
What? Why would we do that?
torpedoes
Right, we
full
should
spread.
just do brash action. Open the box.
It's like the gold light from Pulp Fiction. Yeah.
And then we all explode. Show gets canceled. We ran out of money, and this was the best finale we could do on a shoestring budget, which is why it's a bottle episode set on existing sets.
Yeah.
Okay, Atrum is looking at the two of you expectantly, like, okay, you're science people. You what are your ideas?
We have a idea of what kind of materials these things are made of, and how that interacts with our current understanding of psionic phenomena. Fushi will ask the room.
GM, I have an engineering of 3. Could I attempt to think about the materials used to make this item? Or these, it's like Starfleet standard boxes.
Oh no, not the boxes. The tools within. That's what Fushi's asking about.
Oh, the stuff within. Anyways, I'm still interested in the box. I would like to consider the possibility of replicating the box but larger so we could fit inside of it.
You're standing in it.
Yeah.
Oh.
The standing in it is the room.
Oh, so we can open the box.
Yeah.
Now that you're in the
Okay.
science lab and you've
No.
reconfigured it, the science teams and engineering teams quickly recladded that particular section of the ship to isolate it psionically.
We still have orders not to, though.
I'm a little tired and I missed that. Okay. In that case, she's going to say, is there any analysis you can do with the box shut, or are we at the point where we want to open the box?
Well, we're at the point where opening the box in this room, leaving the box closed or opening it makes no difference at this point. Considering that the room itself is also another box.
Of course,
Okay.
I'm not sure if the captain will see it that way.
I believe he has given me plenty of rope, and if I choose to hang myself with it, so be it.
Your funeral.
She kind of pauses for a moment and considers, and she says, "Well,
I suggest before you do, I suggest we all brace ourselves. The last time we opened this box, there was a bit of a psionic backlash.
that makes her pause more, and she says, are we sure there's no analysis we can conduct at this moment?"
Well,
we could look over
already...
the data that internal sensors collected when the material was first cataloged. We could do data analysis, Commander, but beyond that, we can't do any active scans. We could try and correlate any sort of changes in background activity that could be associated with when we enclosed the items to try to start getting a lead on a location, although I don't think we have enough data for that yet. That's more your bailiwick, Lieutenant.
The box sits there, untouched.
Ma'am, can I ask you a question? When they gave us this box, how much, when they gave us this box, when they gave us these items, did they tell us anything about them?
Nope.
That I can remember any important information?
Two things. The first time you got one, they just handed it to you and you didn't know what it was. It wasn't until after that was asked, hey, what are these things? Why'd you give them to us? Was there any significance? And they said something along the lines of, these are just tools or a type of power tool. Basically very efficient versions of picks, shovels, whatever. And they seem to be made of a special crystalline material that's from that planet in particular. That's why they're powered as opposed to just regular tools. They didn't give them any particular significance beyond that. They didn't explain anything to that effect. Other than their power tools that use a special type of crystal on the planet.
Okay. In that case, I think I actually am going to call the captain because I have after thinking about being impulsive, after being the impulsive character almost always for so long, I am starting to question its effectiveness, and I am going to call the captain.
Okay, because I was going to let you have your rope, but while the captain would give leeway to exceed orders, to violate them directly and intentionally, that would have been a no-go.
I was thinking about it, but I stopped myself. Yeah, she's going to say, Atrium to captain, from the wall panel.
Go ahead, Commander.
We've sealed the items within one of the science labs, Science Lab 4. It's been cladded with the same material used to make our standard ESP boxes, so it's double wrapped, as it were. Any future analysis would require us to open the inner wrapper, which I shall only endeavor to do so upon your orders. As of now, the three of us are standing by if we're needed.
All right, Commander, stand by.
She nods and says, very well, sir, and closes the comm.
I'll call the Commodore.
On screen, you see Commodore Hearn in the station command area, along with Captain Satal. Go ahead, Captain.
Captain says, I hope you received our report.
Looks to Satal. Satal nods. And then she looks at you see her grab a pad and reading it, and then she nods at you to go ahead. Like she's reading what the report as you're talking.
We have, I was correct, we've identified the source of the problem. I request permission to go investigate it in deep space to avoid collateral damage to civilians. I'd also like to disembark non-essential personnel.
Do you have reason to believe that it's that dangerous, Captain?
It's I do not think it's intentionally harmful, but I do think it's a psionic phenomenon which may alter the mental state of individuals who have not consented to that act. The people of the station and my crew have not uh, uh, consented to or asked for this intrusion. And so I think any such intrusion does warrant it.
So this would constitute an red alert emergency? In your opinion, Captain?
The captain will say, certainly a high yellow alert, picking up on the narrow leeway she gave for me to avoid committing to that earlier.
Yeah. Without a roll, you get the feeling of there's certain protocol she has to follow if you're calling a red alert right now. It's like, don't make me make a certain order because then Satal has to do something. You may give me control command difficulty 2. The Commodore will be assisting you as you're both determining the best way to handle this without raising alarms. It's like, we need this done, but we also don't want to panic people. Because if you disembark a bunch of civilians and you don't get a really good explanation as to why that's happening, then it's going to raise hell in the news circuit, and that can become a problem for both you and her. Because that can reverberate all the way back to the Federation Council.
What I want to do is suggest that there is we know there are slavers out here. We know how dangerous that is and how much of a concern it is. And so to prevent any slaver from taking action, the Bonaventure has to be ready to respond immediately, to the effect that I want to make it so that anyone reading why the Commodore is saying we're leaving could entirely reasonably infer she sent us out to chase down a slaver, but we're not actually saying we detected a slaver. It's just being worded so that you could assume that.
I'll spend a comp increase because that could have a different problem, but it's not any more difficult. That could cause a different kind of panic because people might infer the wrong thing. But yeah, that is a reasonable argument. The difficulty's 2, for sure.
Okay. Focus in Starfleet protocol.
Yep.
We will use the Star Cross. Which was not enough. Oh, but the assist pulled us over the line.
Yeah, you start making suggestions, and then Commodore goes, oh, okay, so if we do that strategy, then It could be perceived as a precautionary measure, and it's not that far off from what the hide is doing anyway, so it fits the facts at hand. Which means if I do the interview with reporter, this will work. This will work, Captain. Stay at standing yellow, and I'll have Satal support you for a little bit on yellow alert briefly as you move away, and I'll make the appropriate statements. And I expect to hear answers in the near future.
All right. Got a lot to coordinate, Commodore. Unless there's anything else, I'll let you go.
She waves the pad at you, and then you see her turn to Satal. Satal nods to you and presses a button to cut their side of it. Because obviously she now has to coordinate with Satal going, now I have something to do.
I open shipwide comms. And I say...
It's this button.
This is the captain speaking. All personnel not designated. Situation 3 essential. Must evacuate orderly in the next 10 minutes. If you have any questions about your status, talk to your divisional officer. Close the comm.
So what I'll offer is you, on your next mission, you may opt. You either will have this as a sort of standing advantage that you created this episode into the next one, or which means it'll be less likely that someone hung around when they weren't supposed to, or some nosy civvy or some nosy reporter looking into stuff. Or as an extra layer of security, you could preemptively lower your crew support by 1, because you're actively like weeding out entire divisions. Like, no, there's no hiding here. There's obviously only certain people allowed aboard, which lowers your crew complement, but it does mean that if you wanted to sneak on now, it's just not possible, because you will stick out like a sore thumb. It's obvious you're not
We'll
supposed
do
to be
that
good.
because the captain, has a talent supervisor. He knows how to get the right people in the right place, and has worked with several of the crew members, knowing that he can rely on them more than just your average crewman, i.e. a bunch of our people are about to become free. So I will take that.
Okay. Before we kill the episode, any last moves or words from Atrim or Decca?
I have nothing.
Oh,
I got nothing specific.
if it gives them something to say, the captain will, calms down to them that prepare to proceed with your plans in 3 hours.
Understood. And she will walk over to this panel and set a timer for 3 hours. And then she will step outside and help coordinate evacuation procedures. Whether, part of my job is to ensure that this is all orderly.
And no matter how nosy Thane Thesarif is, with that many people off the ship, any civvy anyone who isn't in uniform who has a very specific task to be doing shouldn't be here. It's like, no. It's like, what are you doing here? Touring? Get off the ship. Get out of here. What are you doing?
Yeah, well, I mean, if you heard that announcement and then you don't leave the ship and you're not even, attempting to leave the ship, that becomes trespassing.
Also, Atrim probably has to be the most intimidating she's ever been.
Where is he? Where is he?
In full dress, shouting to direct people and
Yeah.
I'd hate to be the ensign trying to ask Atrim a question at this moment. Even
There's
if she's
that
not
Andorian.
She would look intimidating.
Yeah, that's where if our crewmen look at the commander, oh, for the love of God, don't see me.
Yeah, well, it's okay. So normally, like she tries to be the voice of the crew
Oh, yeah.
and listen to them and support them. When she got into the turbo lift with Decca, she said the thing that the captain wouldn't say, which is, "You did a good job, keep it up." Not that he wouldn't say that, but she was giving him encouragement in a way that like was less professional and more friendly. But like it is also her job to enforce discipline and order, and so she can bellow an order if she has to. She can, say, "Okay, you have to leave."
Yeah, because you're also the chief of security. It's one of those, I'm XO, but security issue. Get off my boat.
Exactly. I have to wear two hats at once.
This green ain't for decoration. And I will cut over to Planetfall. Far, far away.
Oh no! It was too psionic. I underestimated the psionicness.
Doctor!
I'm transported to planets.
That's me.
You are enjoying a nice day. You get a nice bit of walk, get out of the mines for a bit because they're an underground culture for the most part, except for the tree people. Getting to walk a bit, and you notice the river pulsing and glowing, and motes of leaves begin drifting from the light blue tree up into the sky.
Interesting. Have I learned anything about the river folk in my time here?
Let's go insight or reason plus your choice, because that'll be what you this will tell me what you're focusing on. Diff 0, and that will inform how many questions you can ask me. You'll get at least one for free, but the more momentum, the more questions you can ask.
All right.
And this is your reward for sitting there for days studying these people. And actually, I will reveal where the various communities are, because you now know where they all are. Because you've been here long enough. That's not there.
Ah. Okay, so insight, reason. I'll take reason. Sure, I'll go reason medicine. I feel like it makes sense, and also it's my best step. Sometimes those things line up, and it's nice when they do. Archaeological medicine is a focus?
Yep.
Cool. Nobel laureate trait.
Yeah.
Awesome. Does lanthonite help me here at all?
Yes, you've lived long enough to see some Earth connections.
All right. So I've got 2 hits at the moment. I mean, I'm not making another roll, so I might as well spend my determination. I'm not sure if I want to metagame that hard, though.
Yeah, it's up to you.
Are you determined?
I think I am, actually. Yeah, I'll spend...
Your second value
towards
jumps out at me.
Yeah, honestly, that's probably better. I could probably make a callback if I did with something else, but I think that one's more interesting.
I remember.
So, yeah.
I remember those who I
You're
walked
not
with.
Winchester. You're not metagaming to hit the maximum number of arcs.
I haven't hit one yet. Yeah, spent the value. I remember those I've walked with.
Freaking casual, I swear.
Mm-hmm. And then with my 4 hits in hand, I'll roll 1 die. Get a complication. Well, I get to re-roll it.
There you go.
There we go.
So that's 3, 4, 5.
Yep, that's 5 successes.
So you have essentially 6 questions.
Mm-hmm. What am I getting off the bat, though?
These roll the off the bat is that the very first thing you get, instead of only having 5 questions, you get 1 question just for free, just for sheer you observed them for days.
Okay.
So even if you rolled crap, it'd be like, you learned something. Like, you can't have learned nothing in 5 days.
Are the riverfolk native to this planet?
No.
All right. Are they also from Earth?
Yes.
Okay. Wonderful. That's fascinating. Did they come here with the stone folk?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. What's going on with them right now?
With who?
Might not have enough information. The river folk right now.
They are currently on a migratory path. They are, at present, they are on a different planet somewhere else in the network. They don't know where precisely. They just know they're not here. So if they're not here, they have to be somewhere else.
Right.
Does that mean they're coming here or they're leaving here?
They would have
That's
left
a good
here
point.
recently. I'll give that to you for free.
Okay.
But that's something you would have learned last. That's something you learned last episode.
Then what is the activity in the river?
Someone is arriving.
Who's arriving?
The translation simply translates the name into a word. Liar.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Oh, no.
I don't remember the plot. I just remember the name. Oh, it showed up in the Klingon game.
Yeah.
I don't remember how. I just remember it did.
I remember Liar being actually kind of agreeable, ironically enough.
Yes, actually. But Ilithia is going to start swearing in Norse.
Yeah, because in Norse, he has a very different name.
Yeah.
For all of you watching up there, thank you very much for watching. For those of you playing, thank you very much for playing. And we'll see you again next time. Bye. I was wondering if you were going to ask that. I'm like, you're going to remember who this is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was in the Klingon game. It was the thing that Inslee almost exclusively just Inslee interacted with.
Mm-hmm.
I think the rest of us may have encountered him once or twice, but Inslee was the one who talked to him regularly.
Yeah.
Or Oda, should I say, not Inslee, I guess.
And I talked to him a little bit as Thralic.
He was first introduced in Tiger Squadron. He's been around. He's been a recurring character.
Yeah. Yeah.
Teehee.
Yeah.